And a good afternoon, everybody, from McCulloch Stadium in Salem, Oregon. Beautiful first weekend of college football. Oh, there I am. Mike Gallagher, the former voice of the Willamette Bearcats, filling in for Jeff this week. I'm back for one game, and I was happy to be asked by Rob Passage to come aboard here on Capital Community Media, as well as on the Bearcat Network here. Opening game for both of these teams, and in fact it was the opening game last year for the Willamette Bearcats, and now on the road in Southern California when the Verne Leopards almost came back to defeat the Bearcats, but the Bearcats winning a three-pointer 24-21 on the road last year. Then a coaching change after that, and not another win the rest of the season for the Bearcats. Now that can sound like a sad story, but they got a great new coach, and I'm going to tell you that Eric Williams, the former Oregon State Beaver, with some stops along the way at Montana Tech, as well as Oregon State and San Jose State. He's a pretty good guy. I sat down with him earlier this week, watched his practices. He's got a new scope. He's got himself a new look, and he also has a new attitude in developing a new culture here for Bearcat athletics and football in particular. Got a lot of new fellas in the line. In fact, most of these guys, I only know about two of them on the roster. I'm 3 years removed from the program in terms of broadcasting these games. So today it's just going to be me. My color announcer was absconded with to help with stats. Another guy couldn't make it. So you're going to have to put up with me, but I'm so pleased to be back. And again, Rob Passage and Chris Sabato, thank you for having me come back. Chris, our director of the broadcast media here at Willamette University. Well, again, Eric Williams hired back in December. He was quality control at Arizona State in 2009. He was an assistant coach at University of Montana for 5 years, from 2010 to 2014. And from 2015 to 17, assistant coach at the University of Idaho, just focusing on DBs and kickoff returns and punt returns. And we know how well Idaho played against the Ducks last week. For today, we're going to pause here, and we're going to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Willamette University appreciates your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. We apologize for having some technical difficulties with the loudspeaker system. The anthem was playing up here in the press box, but apparently not out where you are in the stadium. I promise you that the anthem has been played.
Well, from what I can gather, the national anthem, while queued up and ready to go, didn't play. But we can't honor America by saying thank you to our veterans, thank you to the people that lead this country, and all we can do is to stand behind those folks. And we invite you, let's make college football great on a weekend. Division III college football. The Laverne Leopards, they come in here after a 3-1 season last year, gave up a lot of points, 31 a game, and only scored about 13 coming in. Their opening game was a loss, but their last big win, they had 2 wins, I should say. They won up at Puget Sound in week 2 after that loss to Willamette, and then they found their way to a win at the very final game of the year on November.
You guys are the visitor. You're going to make the call on this coin. That's the head, and that is the tail. What's your call? Heads is the call. It is heads. Defer instruction. Laverne won the toss, has elected to defer to the second half. We will receive in this direction. Gentlemen, shake hands. Let's go.
So you see how the kickoff is going to happen. Willamette out there with their dark cardinal red and the white helmets, and Laverne with the traveling white with their green and yellow and orange. The Leopards out of SoCal again, 2 wins last year. Their very last win was a 31-24 upset of Cal Lutheran, who at that time was kind of ranked in Division III rankings. They lost to the midseason 55-0. But then turned around and won in that first round of the playoff game, eliminating Cal Lutheran, but also then being eliminated later as well. As for Laverne, their football program has been under the same tutelage for just about 11 years. Coach Kirch, and that's Chris Kirch, with Tommy Martinez as offensive coordinator, and an old friend, an Oregonian, Rob Cushman, defensive coordinator and linebackers coach. Rob, of course, got to get it in. Hood River Valley High School, 1 year behind me. We played a couple of years together. And it's good to see Cush on the sidelines, but mainly it's good to see Bearcat football ready to take off here in Salem. They're out on the field right now, and the rosters were changed earlier today. And I was given some new numbers, so I'm going to be learning numbers with you. And I'm looking back near the 10-yard line, and back deep looks to be Jarek Little for one, up near the 15-yard line. And down in there, it also looks like Hogan Smith out of Prineville, but I can't tell for sure. I do know the kicker for Laverne, and the Leopards will cue it up. And looks like Daniel, I should say Christian Contreras. Contreras will kick it off with the left foot. It's deep, and we're underway with the 2024 season here on CCAM and on the Bearcat Network. Bring it up to the 20. Bearcats 25-30. Got a flag down back at the 20. Pulled down near the 45-yard line, and a great return for the Bearcats from Jonah Lurson, a first year out of Sacramento. But a flag back near the 20-yard line, which could be holding or blocking in the back, will catch the call from our referees, and I'm happy to say that we've got our...
Yes. Illegal block in the back. Number 7 of the return team. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
And we look at our referee. That was Taylor Zipf. It'll be Dave Meneside, your umpire. John Delgado, your linesman, your head linesman. Ryan Leinecker, line judge. Your side judge is Rob Hiltzenegger, a longtime official. My friend Matt Bemrose, the field judge, and supposedly the handsomest man in the whole area that does refereeing, and he is the back judge. And then there's Johnny Kazmierski back at the 35. Bearcats have a 10-yard penalty back to the 20-yard line, or 10-yard line, and we'll set the offense in just a moment. But your quarterback bringing them to the line here will be number 4, Alex Rivera. Rivera sets him down first and 10 at the 10. Drop back from the gun, completes it on left side over on the 15-yard line, a quick 5-yard completion. So we're second down and 5 as the Bearcats come out throwing immediately. And it looked like Trajan Clark got the reception out there. Wide to the right will be Elijah Romero, and he'll stack it up wide out there along with another receiver. 4 receivers out, second and 5. Draw play did not work, and the quarterback sacked back to the original line of scrimmage in there. The Leopards coming hard and fast through the middle. Loss of 5 after a pickup of 5 yards, so we're 3rd and 10 as we're just underway here in Salem at McCulloch Stadium and the Ted Ogdahl Field. No score Willamette with the ball, and Laverne out of Southern California. Definitely a passing down here for the Bearcats on 3rd and 10 on the 10. Motion through the backfield. Gets him set. There's Rivera. Got time. Now steps up. He's going to tuck it and run, I believe. I would. Comes inside. Goes back outside to the 15, down to the 16. And he's rolled up in there by a couple of defenders, including Gabriel Avila. Avila, the sophomore, allows him to pick up about 6, maybe 7. They'll call it 6. It'll be 4th and 4. And definitely with Willamette on the 16-yard line, doubt very much they're going to keep this. They'll bring out their punter. Right now we've got Nick Beswick-Seidel supposedly on our depth chart. He is the punter. As you'll see this run here, as they're going to be punting it away in just a moment. Quick run, a good decision, perhaps cutting inside, not outside. That's where he got picked up, but good pursuit laterally by the Leopards. Inside the 5, your punter, Beswick-Seidel. And midfield, we have one kick returner, and that looks like Noah Allen. And we've got a flag down or a
delay game. Offense, number 49. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Now you're in the end zone. You don't want to start like this when you're behind the ball. They put the ball to the 11-yard line. 4th and long here. First possession, 4 and out. High snap, pulled down. Good punt away at the goal line. Hangs it high. A fair catch called for at the 42-yard line, but in Willamette territory. And the man pulling it down was Juan Gutierrez, and he will pull it down at the 42, 43-yard line of the Willamette Bearcats for the Laverne Leopards. Leopards will come out with their big man at center, Amaturana, along with their left guard, Braven Rizard and Bernardo Brito. Left tackle, Trajan Jumawan and Huai Chan will be on the front line. Brian Redden's your quarterback, usually a 1-back, sometimes a 2-back set. Brian, a sophomore. It's like Tyler McCown in behind him with a lone setback. Motion right on 1st and 10 from the 42. Handoff, Leopards, 40, 35, 2 broken tackles to the 30. Huge first down and at least a 15-yard pickup on the very first play from scrimmage. It's like Tyler McCown picked up that yardage. And they'll put the ball down on a 15-yard gain to the 26-yard line. 12:05 in the first quarter, no score here. First possession for the Leopards. They set down right hash, 1st and 10, 15-yard pickup. Quarterback makes that Rudden. Rudden, long count, turns and hands off again. Same man this time left side, and the Bearcats are staying at home and will drop him for maybe a 1-yard pickup. Tyler McCown, 5'9", sophomore, about 185 pounds. That offensive line of the starters are averaging right around 280, 285 from tackle to tackle for the Leopards. 1-yard pickup, 2nd and 9 to the 25-yard line on the first drive for Verne University. Set between the hashes. Shotgun all day long. 3 to the right, 1 to the left, and now motion. Quick snap, turn around one more time. Here comes McCown. Sweeps left and upended quickly. Well, I'll tell you what, flying up there, number 8, you got to like the way Dominic Corrado put his head down and took the feet out from underneath that running back. He took a little bit of a fly there. I can think of a couple of old number 8s from the Willamette Bearcats past. Mark Nolan being one of them way back in the 90s that wore number 8 and would tackle just like that, young man. 10:40 and counting here. 3rd down, no gain. It's 3rd and 9, still at the 25-yard line. Leopards break the huddle. They got 15 on the snap clock. Double slot formation here on 3rd and 9. Rudden looking a little confused, steps forward, looks left, and now ushers the motion. In fact, high snap, 2-step drop, nowhere to go, nowhere to pass, and now he's going to throw it up for grabs and overthrows his back, incomplete out near the 15-yard line. Tyler McCown out there, I think he's just trying to get rid of it, bringing up 4th and 9 at the 25. Now, I'm told their kicker can hit from this range, but will they try it? We will find out. That's Jason Lopez, 5'11 junior. Lopez will come up and spot a 42-yarder from the left hash mark.
Put those down. Put the balls down.
He's one of the many number changes. Or is that Jordan Leonardo? No, it's Lopez. 32-yarder on the way. To the right a little, or is he going to make it? Off to the right by about 2 feet. No good. The 42-yarder attempted. And with 10:04 to play here in the first quarter, still no score. They've each had a possession a little more productive for the Leopards at this point. But, of course, Eric Williams has his way, and he's got his men down on the sideline. Eric Williams, an intense young man, the former Oregon State Beaver linebacker. He played with guys like T.J. Husmanzada, former Green Bay Packer wide receiver Nick Barnett down at Oregon State, as well as the brand new first-year grad assistant Jonathan Smith, now former Oregon State coach, now with Michigan State. Bearcats get it at the 25 after the miss there, and here comes Rivera with the ball. Defense shifts quickly, and the offensive guards both go on the same count. Some of that shifting may have been caused by what anticipation by Laverne. 2 flags fly.
False start. Offense, number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So back to the 20-yard line. First down 15. Bearcats here, second possession. First quarter, no score. 4 or 5 minutes gone. The up back will be Gabriel Herrera, wearing number 0, senior out of San Jose. A little motion from one of the receivers, and a flag flies from the side.
False start. Offense, number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, Jake Orozco just trying to make something happen. He's the first-year Orozco coming out of California, St. Paul High. Now the motion again on 1st and long. Snap from the gun. Turn, hand off, straight up the middle, wide open hole. Huge hole to the 25, now to the 30, and now flying across the 30-yard line. That is one quick young man. Mr. Herrera found himself some quick going. So from the 20-yard line all the way out to the 32, a 12-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 4. Bearcats. Back and forth motion. High backs from the gun. Turn around, Herrera again. Head down, running hard, 35, 38. He gets the first down. Needed 4, got 5 or 6. So on the line, 1st and 10 to the 40. About a 12-yard pickup here with 9:18 to play in the first quarter. They tightened up the stance a little bit. Slot left. That one tight end goes into motion. They're going to stack it and go left in behind. And this route running attack of the Bearcats is now starting to feel its way up the field with a 7-yard pickup. Gabriel Herrera doing the honors. Did not have a great season last year. Doing fine now. Normally my color guy who I usually have next to me is taking care of the defensive tacklers. I'm not looking past you folks. Again, Herrera on 2nd and a long 3. Still powers up close to the first down, near the 50. Got to get at the 50, and he may be very close to a first down. Boy, a couple of big young men in there dropping him in there, and I really liked it was Ryan Pastrong leading it out of San Dimas. He's on the nose on that 3-4 and sometimes a 4-3 line. They gave him the first down, a 3+ yard pickup to the 50. 8:12 on the clock, 1st and 10, no score, first quarter. Looking for the snap. Turn around, hand it off again up the middle. Herrera, they saw him coming. And it wasn't Herrera, it was Jarek Little, the other back, the sophomore out of East High in West Valley, Utah. East High, I think, only high school in Salt Lake I've ever been to. And their moniker, their mascot are the Farmers, East Farmers. Just happened to get lucky and remember that. I remember worthless things. 1 yard they do give him to the 49, so now we're in Laverne territory on 2nd and 9. Motion man keeps moving. He comes to his left, roll left, got some good protection, guns it out left side, complete to the 45-yard line. And who was that man that brought it down? And I think he tried to get out of bounds. Pulling it in was Trajan Clark, the junior from Davis, California. Trajan, a nice 5-yard pickup to the 44-yard line. So they look to the sideline. From the 44, 3rd and 5. Sling it left, tipped up in the air. Great defensive move coming across there from the DB. It looked like Jamar Brown. Brown come flying up in front of the receiver that time. Clark in behind, good position, tipped away. 4th and 4 from the 44 of Laverne. So with about 6:47 to play here, to come back out and punt it away near midfield. Back deep. He's wearing number 1, and I believe that's Juan Gutierrez. Near the 10-yard line. Waiting for the punt. Low line driver. Fair catch called for, hits at the 5 and rolls into the end zone. Touchback. So 6:40 on the first quarter clock. Still no score. Leopards football out at the 20-yard line. And we're ready to go here as they will swap both sides. You know, earlier this year in mid-June, we had the meeting of the brand new class of 2024. The Hall of Famer and a couple of former Bearcat football players made it in there. I was lucky enough to be able to call the games of Dr. Kamel Ekroth Bernard. And also my friend Todd Greeno, the former quarterback from the late 80s, who also made it into the Hall of Fame. I'll tell you more about them later. 1st and 10 on the 20. Twin receivers both sides, one back in behind Randall. Quick handoff and read well. Coming up hard and fast and making the in behind Arade Raj from San Jose, hitting the man behind.
Number 69, Willamette must leave the field for one play due to a helmet off.
So they will put that ball down at the 18-yard line. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Leopards will bring out wide right with McKenna Ramos-Camaca along with Julian Martinez. 2nd and 12. Brian Rudden, the quarterback, taking his time. Drop back, snap, fling it. Complete over there at the 20-yard line. Yeah, did he have control? Loose football, they're saying it was knocked out. Boy, the defender, Hogan Smith out of Crook County High School. I tell you what, if that's for Hogan, I think it is, yes, the senior out of Prineville. He comes up and popped that ball loose. He never really had control of it, so it was no fumble. But 3rd and about 12 as we drop under 6 minutes to play with no score here in the first quarter. 3-man front showing for the Bearcats here as they bring 3 receivers right, 1 to the left on 3rd and 12. Leopards looking at Rudden. He scans the situation, long count, drop back, backs out of the backfield, flings it up high, makes a completion close to the first down, and about a yard or 2 short of the first down, but pulling it in that time, McKenna Ramos-Camaca, 6'2" senior, really skied high, and got that 11-yard reception up near the 29, which brings up 4th and 1. And they're punted away. On the ball, punting it away. It looks like Lopez. High snap inside the 10, rolling. All they can do is fall on it, and he did exactly what he should do, setting the table for the Bearcats at the 9-yard line. A bad snap by the center. Well, that punter went straight up for it, and that was Fulton Ford. Ford did all he could do, and he was about to run it out, and he saw the pursuit. Special teams on the Bearcats making a great move as they slashed down and pinched him inside the 10 at the 9. So with 5:02 to go in the first quarter, knocking on the door of the Bearcats, 1st and goal at the 9. That's a tough break for any punter, especially when they're standing back in that inside the 20. Bearcats bring out that big offensive line of theirs. Up on the ball, the center, Dylan Carpenter. On the 9, 1st and goal. Alex Rivera gets the snap, looking left corner, dumps it out there over the top of the defender, had the ball and dropped it. There was a little bit of hand checking going on. Incomplete pass, almost pulling it in was Elijah Romero. Romero, he had a perfect pass by Rivera right over his right shoulder. But as you'll see, just broken up there, incomplete. Look to the sideline again. Running back remains back there. That's number 0, Gabe Herrera. You'll see Jerick Little in there. 2nd and goal from the 9. Bearcats motion. Hand off to the motion man. The quarterback keeps it. He's to the 5, he's to the 4. And a nice 5-yard pickup for Alex Rivera. Makes it 3rd and goal, but we've got a flag at the snap. Could have motion. We'll find out. See what referee Ziff has for us. Tyler trying to get over and making sure he's got the correct call before he makes the call. That's the last thing you want to do is mess that. That's Tyler conferring with a couple of different. He's going to have to make the call here shortly. He's going to tell everyone to stand steady. What was the call? I'm not getting it. I haven't seen it. Defensive offsides. Did not see that he's going to make it. So it's a defensive offside. They'll keep the
offside.
Ball.
Defense. Willamette elects to take half the distance and replay. 2nd down.
There you go. Now it's the 4-yard line. Coming up on 4 minutes to play here. New back in the backfield for blocking. Looks like Nick Coleman out of Clovis. Nick in his right slot there. Eye back in behind. There's Herrera. From the 4, 2nd and goal. High snap, turn around Herrera. 4, 3, down to the 2, down to the 1. Did he get in? Somebody's got to call it. I think they're going to call him a foot short. They are. Inside about a foot to 2 feet short of the goal line. But still 3rd and goal inside the 1. A great power move. Look at that offensive line. You've got Gallardo, Carpenter, and Roberts really opening the hole up front there. The center and the 2 guards. Now that little gap. He could have broken left, but he might have been picked up. He just decided to drive forward. 3rd and goal at the 1 or just inside the 1 for the Bearcats. Try to make the first score of the season. And they did so after stopping the last drive of Laverne here late in the first quarter. 3.5 minutes to play. Alex Rivera scans the situation right and left. Back to Herrera from the 1. Spins in. Touchdown Bearcats. Holy smoke. Number 0 puts 6 on the board. Well, you gotta love that. And again, that interior offensive line that they're developing out there, you can see the change from last year. It's wonderful to see it. Judah Afayoa will hold the man kicking the extra point, and that would be Nick Bestwick-Seidel. There it is. And you just got to give a lot of great leg movement in there. Alex Rivera kept kicking. The extra point is up. It's long enough. It's right down the pipe. Timeout with 3:23 remaining in the first quarter. Bearcats score first. It's 7-0 Willamette over Laverne. And we'll be right back here on the Bearcat Network. Well, we are looking on our electronic stats, and you'll see this final drive here. Look at the run in by Herrera. He hits left and spins right and then dives to the gap and gets himself in from a yard away. I'll tell you what, that's one charging hard, one young back. This is a different look Bearcat team from what I saw for 2 games in the last half of the season last year. Some of the same players, just a different intensity. Seidel ready to kick it off for the Bearcats toward the south goalpost. Beautiful sunny day, temperature near 80. High line driver inside the 10 to the 5 to the 4. Taken in there, and they're going to bring it out. Come right side 10 to the 15, now 20. Up the right sideline 30. Lots of room, lots of speed. I got to love that young man, the way that he can put it up and lay it down. Big number 4, that's Marcel Logan. Marcel took it from the 3 all the way out Oh, where are they going to put it down? He's got about 30 yards or more, actually out to the 37. So a 25-yard return. 30-yard return. 7-0 Bearcats. Working on the statistics to give you that. There we go. Now they are working. Just trying to get everything we need to get going there. We'll review it momentarily here as we get ready. Leopards set her down. They're in good position on their 37-yard line with 3:14 to play. Tight end motion right. They'll come left with the run. And already shooting the gap and stopping the run. Nowhere for the back that time to go. Number 7, it was Elijah Duckworth. And Duckworth able to lose at least 4 yards. They're going to drop it back to the 33.5, 34-yard line. Duckworth, one of 3 backs that we'll see probably today. They have settled on Rudden as her quarterback. 2 sophomores in the 2-deep roster at quarterback for Laverne. Second down and about 14 at the 33. Laverne puts 3 out wide to the right, trailing 7-0. Quick snap, Rudden 1 step, got the short receiver complete to the 40, but not a whole lot. It was the short receiver. I'm sorry, they thought the long receiver had it, but he was able to pick it up to the 40-yard line. Nice 7-yard completion. Now they'll set it up as we watch this replay. Set it up. Nice return. It's back to the ball. You have to come back, and Jimmy Rumsey did just that. 3rd down and about 7. Put the ball to Laverne 40. Tight end motion left. Fake it left. Roll right. Got a man. 1st down and more. Complete to the 15. Out of bounds. That tight end comes back to the football and controls the line. That's Adrian Vargas. Vargas comes back to the ball, picks up the 1st down, and ends up just beyond midfield now with the Bearcat 47-yard line as we are at clock running in the 1st quarter, 90 seconds to play. But the Bearcats up 7-0. Laverne trying to put something on the board here. Moving fairly quickly with they put a receiver far wide left. Isaiah McNaught on 1st and 10. Back to the ground game and maybe a 1-yard pickup that time. Well, there's some palpable hitting going on out there. That's what normally happens in football, but I can almost feel it up here as Duckworth got pounded a little bit. He might have got a half yard. They're not going to give him more than that. It'll be 2nd and a long 9, if you will. 50 seconds in rolling. At least 1 more play, probably 2 for Laverne. Defense looks to the sideline. Now on the 47-yard line. On 2nd, they're going to call it 10 with 30 seconds. Rudden takes his time, surveys, got 3 receivers over on the right side. Drop back, looks right, left, back to the right side. Tight end again up to 40, complete 1st down. And they'll drop him just beyond the 1st down marker at the 37, down near the 35, 36-yard line. So about a 12-yard completion that time. The Bearcats reconnoiter by bringing in some new bodies up front.
This is the end of the 1st quarter.
And we will take a 1-minute timeout here as the Bearcats go to the 2nd quarter, leading the Leopards 7-0. We'll return here on the Bearcat Network. Sure want to thank our sponsors along the way. Maps Credit Union for one right there. They're back. And as we look at some numbers here, and I'm going to look away from the camera to have to do this, we look at the Laverne offense. They're led in the rushing in there by 16 yards on 3 carries in there by Arthur McCown. Then the receivers, you've got Ramos Kamaka. He has 2 catches for 28 yards, leading the way. Right now, Brian Rudden, 4 of 5 for 42 yards. We check Willamette in the middle as they go back on 1st and 10. And again, Duckworth with nowhere to go. He keeps running into that same buzzsaw. And one of them is Orion Woods. And that big man right there, and that big number 90 is Isaiah Siatu. Loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. Overall yardage tonight so far, just through the first quarter, not a whole lot to talk about. Total yards, 51 for the Bearcats, and 32 offensive yards so far after one quarter for the Laverne Leopards. They trail it 7-0. 1 minute gone in the second quarter, and Rudden looks long and comes short, finds a man open, huge completion at the 30, down to the 25, to the 20, and finally, wrestling the receiver down is Hogan Smith, the former Crook County Cowboy. Well, he pulls that receiver who came back to the ball and just accelerated. That's Juan Gutierrez, the senior. So he's putting the Laverne Leopards in a good place on the 14-yard line. The tight end brings in the play. That being, it looks like Adrian Vargas. He's been rotating in and out along with another tight end. 1st and 10, mark it at the 14 here as we're underway in the second quarter, trying to tie this ball game up at least. On a high snap, Rudden immediately flags down. As soon as he caught the ball, the referee threw the flag from the backfield. That's usually motion or maybe a hold.
False start. Offense, number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Or a false start. Boy, over the years, I do miss my color guy, Craig Spivey, for some more than 15 years. And then, of course, a couple of years, 4 or 5 years with the Hall of Famer Todd Greeno, and a few others that have come along the way. And, of course, Jeff has come in, Jeff Lucero, who's not here today. I'm here for that reason, to fill in for my newfound friend. And it's the first time in 3 years I've been behind the microphone here, so I'm a little rusty not knowing a lot of these players. We're 2 minutes into the quarter. It's 7-0 Bearcats, and after the walk-off, it's 1st and 15 at the 19. Rudd with a great play fake. Drops back, lofts one out, about a step and a half ahead of his receiver, streaking right to left across. Incomplete out there to McKenna Ramos Kamaka. He's a great target, got a lot of speed, but he put a little bit too much on it. Rudden, great play fake, lots of time. He may have hurried that pass just a tiny bit. As we are looking at the stats here, I'm just trying to get my my stats too for Willamette to come up so we can talk about these guys. So it's we're working it. 2nd and 15 after the incomplete pass. Rudden breaks huddle. Tight end left with a wide receiver. In fact, he's got twins on both sides. And the timeout called by the Willamette Bearcats with 12:50.
Timeout. Bearcats, their 1st of the half.
I don't have to say anything. I didn't know the referee was involved. I should get him a headset. Here we go with 12:50 to go. We'll pause as well, and we'll return here on the Bearcat Network with the Bearcats leading 7-0 over Laverne. check it out on Willamette University's athletics website and just click on the Hall of Fame and you'll see some of the fine athletes of all sports from years past. 12:50 to go, quick snap, 2nd and 15, across the middle, and boy, you talk about threading the needle. That guy's a seamstress. He found his way, and he found a small target in Jimmy Rumsey. Rumsey comes streaking across the middle from the 19 and sets them up well inside the 10 now to the 8. 12-yard pickup for Rumsey. Coach Kirch going over as he gets ready to bring it in. I watched this, the snap clock, I call it, is down to 22 seconds, which is really a lot of time with all the hand signals. A bevy of receivers in and out of it today, but Knock Thornton comes wide left. He's out solo on an island. Tight end tight to the right. Option right, handoff, Duckworth, no, Rudden. Back of the end zone, and Rumsey comes across the middle, pulls it down in front of 2 defenders. Touchdown, Leopards. Jimmy Rumsey at 5'9", 150 pounds, just snuck his way through the back door as you'll see him roll around to the right, left to right across here. Here's the play fake. Didn't look at the tight end, but found this little guy in behind the defender. Good coverage in there by Hogan Smith, but just a little late. Extra point try now by Jason Lopez. Extra point, put the ball down, the left footer bangs it through, it's good. Second quarter, timeout, 11:58 remaining, and we're a tie ball game. Bearcats and Leopards tied at 7. We'll pause quick for this 60-second timeout here on the Bearcat Network. McCulloch Stadium on an 80-degree day, the opening season game for both of these teams. They met in the season opener last year, and Willamette came away with a win, the only win the Bearcats had last year. Leopards tied the ball game up. They'll kick it deep. Chasing back the receiver inside the 5-yard line. Bring it out left side, 15, now 20. And just putting his head down is Jonah Lewis, and then he puts it down and almost out to the 20, makes it to the 19. First and 10 Bearcats on their 19-yard line as they've now been tied up 7-7 with the Leopards. Again, Jeff, I don't know if you know this, but our man Jeff, the new voice of the Willamette Bearcats, and not new anymore, he's been here 3 seasons now, is also the public address announcer for the WNBA Seattle Storm. Well, they're having a big game today. Jeff needed to be there, and this is how I get the call to come back out of retirement, which I'm very pleased to do. Motion man now, new tight end, first and 10 on the 19. Good play fake, running right side, swing it, complete, first down, or did he get the first down? He stepped out a little early, I don't know. But a nice reception out there is number 13, Elijah Romero, sneaking back. Rivera sees him in the flat, finds him open for a 9-yard completion. 2nd and 1. So now Laverne checks their defense just a little bit. Willamette quickly sets, goes wide left with Trayshawn Clark. 2nd and 1 on the 28. Turn a look away, handoff, close to the first down, just got to get to the 30. And the hard driving number 0, Gabe Herrera. You know, there was a time nobody wanted to wear 0, and then about 5 or 6 years ago, someone brought the number back. Not only the basketball before that, but the football here. And now you got to fight over it. We've got 2 number 0s, one for offense, one for defense. First and 10, 1.5-yard pickup for Herrera to the 30. Slot left formation, dropping back on first and 10, got a man complete, now broken up. A little bit of a breakup there for Chase Chanez, as he got stride for stride with receiver that time, Brandon Johnson. Broke it up, incomplete, 2nd and 10. So they look sideline over to Coach Kirch in his 11th season at Laverne. Had a lot of success early, and it's just been kind of in the middle here the last few years. 2nd and 10, all on the 30. Play action, quick swing it. Raul complete left side, but 2 defenders waiting as they come up hard on Brandon Johnson. Johnson, had he made a move to the outside, might have gotten up the sideline, still able to pick up 4 yards and bring up 3rd down and 6. This is why you play, and I'm going to say, as I said in the opening, the Beavers and the Ducks didn't look good last week till the second half. You come out of, you're tired of hitting one another in practice for 3 weeks, a month, and that's what both of these teams have gone through. And now you're out here hitting another person who feels a little different as you run your offense. Here's 3rd and 6. Sling it, too low, bounce it. He picked it up off on the hop, but that doesn't count. Elijah Romero was there, but he went down for the ball, and the ball fell a little short, incomplete. That's 4th and 6, and they'll punt it away from the 34. About 10:05 to play, still tied up. Great throw, just a little short. Nick Beswick-Seidel, the punter, number 49, back on his 20. And it looks like they got the speed merchant out there, Gutierrez, near his 30-yard line. Seidel waits for the snap off the 34. Low line spinner lets it hit at the 30 and rolls out of bounds near the 25-yard line with 9:57 remaining in the second quarter and a tie ball game at 7-7. Yeah, last year Laverne having a tough time giving up 31 points a game, scoring about 14. Not a lot of great production. They did have that one win at University of Puget Sound at 26-21, and then the last game of the year, upsetting Cal Lutheran in the final minutes by a 31-24 score. But not a lot of success as the Bearcats struggled after week 1 and never won a game after winning the opener. 1st and 10, they do mark it finally at the 28-yard line, and Laverne sets up shop. Wide twins on both sides. Screen pass right, complete to the 30, and across the 35 and out of bounds. Right there is the defensive back, Ryan Woods, coming up, the linebacker throwing him out of bounds. Good reception out there. Coming back to the ball as Rumsey, who has the touchdown pass. 2nd down, an 8-yard pickup, so 2nd and 2, under 9.5 to play first half. Leopards looking to see if they can break this tie. On their own 36. On the snap, little screen pass, well set up, complete. 1st down and more, 40, 45, midfield and into Bearcat territory. I'll tell you what, this Juan Gutierrez, he and Rumsey are a great 1-2 combination out there, and that's literally their numbers, 1 and 2. They come to the ball, they tuck it down low, they follow their blocks, and they accelerate quickly. Watch once he catches his ball. It's just catch, return, pick up the blocks, fake in, come outside, and know where that 1st down marker is. So 1st and 10 now is the Bearcat 45-yard line, tie ball game, twin receivers stacked on both sides. Rudden looks down, looks right. Taking every second he can, he's down to 3 seconds. Turn and hand off to the big fullback. They need 10 yards, and I think he may have gotten a half yard. And it's taken a bunch of the battling Bearcats to try to dump one big guy, and that's Malcolm Perry. 5'11", 235, number 29 that was carrying the ball right there. He didn't even get past the line of scrimmage. But look how big he is. He's a tough guy to try to bring down. Kind of reminds me of an old fullback that's right next to me in the coach's box now from the 97-98 team, 99 team. That's Ardell Bailey. Now, Ardell slimmed down quite a bit now. He's a handsome devil, I'll tell you. 2nd and 10, and he's coming back to help his Bearcats. 7:47 and clock runs with a tie ball game on the 45-yard line of the Bearcats with a 3-4 set. Bad snap, Rudden can't hand it off, a broken play, so Rudden tries to pick up what he can. He gets 4 out of the deal, but I have a feeling that there was a mix-up, and the running back, Perry, who now comes out of the ball game, missed the hold on that one. But Rudden, the quarterback, picking up 3 yards to the 42-yard line. 3rd and 7. Yep, what do I do? This is a definite passing situation, and the receivers numbered 1, 2, and 3, and that would be, of course, Gutierrez, Rumsey, and Rook. They're lined up on the far left side on 3rd and 7. 1 on the right, 1 back in behind Rudden. Got some protection, flings it up on the sideline, battling at the 20, incomplete. A lot of hand checking going on, and trying to get free to the ball was Ramos Kamaka, but he was battling with the defender Elijah Romero. And now the Bearcats will bring in their special teams as Laverne will punt it away. They'll snap it from their 41-yard line, or the Bearcat 41. Referee.
Timeout. Bearcats, their 2nd of the half.
We'll pause as well. 6:51 to play here. 7-7 tie. Leopards will punt it away when we come right back here on the Bearcat Network. Hey, I want to thank our friends at Capital Community Media. Hunter and Alan running the show today. Glad to be back with you guys. We've been doing it for about 30 years together. Even now, we're back at KYKN doing high school ball with you in a few weeks, but good to be back on the team with you. 6:51 to go, 4th down, punting it away. Logan gets the snap, a little pressure. Maybe got a hand on it, I don't know. It went out of bounds at the 32, 33-yard line. That was very, very close by the defender. That was Lakaaki out of Littleton, Colorado. And he may have gotten a hand up, but he did force that punter to punt it quickly and may have even gone off the side of his foot. Either way, it's a big, nice return for the Bearcats. They say it actually went out of bounds in the air on the 35-yard line. So with 6:43 to go in the first half here, and it's all tied up at 7. Bearcats have decent field position on their 45. Laverne also doing a lot of moving around on the defensive line. Pretty much Vegas, Cisneros, and Brown, your front 3. On the 35, handoff straight up the middle, back up, running back at 6-7 yards. Love the way that Jarek Little runs out of West Valley, Utah. He went for the 35 with 6 yards to the 41, but he's got that big crew of between the tackles that are just in sync in game 1. I'm sure there's a little bit of out of sync here and there, but that offensive line's starting to click. 2nd and 4 on the 41. Turn, handoff, Little. First down, 45-50, got room, breaks 3 tackles into the Leopards territory with his knee down at the 42-yard line. Great pickup of 18 yards down to the 42 of Laverne. Boy took the secondary coming in there with a couple of helpers. But watch how he busts tackles, follows the block, goes against the grain, and finally being dropped by the cornerback coming up. That's Chase Yanis. 1st and 10, throwing across the middle, and I'll tell you what, 2 guys that are stride for stride in each other's pocket. Incomplete pass. Jomar Brown was right there, run alongside of Trajan Clark of the Bearcats. It looks like there might have been a little, I don't know, I might have tossed the flag on this one, but maybe not. I don't know. They both have a right to the ball, and the defender got the position he needed to keep the ball away from the Bearcats. 2nd and 10 on the incomplete at the 42 of Laverne. Big fullback rolling through the middle. Turnaround handoff, right side. Little follows the blocks, got room to the 40. Little still chopping to the 20, 35 and down to the 34. Coach, you got yourself something out there. That Nick Coleman threw a block for you at the fullback as they set him up as kind of like a tight end. Little chipping going on afterwards when you have a big pileup like that. They'll break it up. Again, a whole new culture I've noticed. And Coach isn't putting up with all this chipping. He says, just takes your mind off the ball game. Get out there and play football. Nearing the 5-minute mark, tied at 7 here in the second quarter. 3rd down, a long 2, right near the 34-yard line. Handoff Little, all Little had to do, and you got to credit that corner coming up there. A little short of the first down, I don't know, but a little shoulder tackle in there by the linebacker, Delonte Moore. And he did save the first down by taking the feet out from underneath the runner. So it's 4th and 1, a 2-yard pickup. It's still 4th and 1 now for 33, but it's at the 33 of Laverne, and Willamette's going for it with Herrera in the backfield. Rivera in the gun, over to Herrera, straight up the middle, first down and more. He's up to the 30-yard line. He just needed 1, and he got 3. First down just across the 30-yard line, nearing the 4-minute mark of the second quarter, and the Bearcats want to take a lead into halftime, which they haven't had for a long time, and it's time to start it in game 1. I was doing that, but it wouldn't respond, so. Now they said you're fine, first down and 10 on the 30. Rivera puts Herrera out to the left and his fullback off the left side. Slot right, little motion. Now the movement on 1st and 10. Going for the big home run ball, makes the completion at the 3. Touchdown, Bearcats down to Elijah Romero out of Los Lunas, New Mexico. And the kid pulls it in on a huge 30-yard touchdown pass. Wow, that's a highlight for him. Perfectly thrown, well-timed, and got away from the defender.
Hey, ready to break the 4th down, Gabe. Hey, Gabe, ready to break the 4th down.
Watch this setup. This is a quick release. Timing route, that's a lot of speed. I'll tell you what, that was just wonderful catch and pitch and catch. Extra point on. Seidel pulls it up. And it's good. We've got the timeout with 3:29 to play in the first half. And now the Bearcats can be able to take that lead into halftime. It's 14-7. And we'll return here in just a moment on the Bearcat Network. That's what I was trying. I went over here and tried it here. No, I know, but I tried it all.
Defense right here, me. Let's go, defense, defense. Defense, let's go, hustle. Hey.
Well, a nice drive on that for the Willamette University Bearcats. Taking them in now. 7 plays, 65 yards, and that culminates with that 30-yard touchdown pass. And Romero really pulled in a nice one. Now, after the kickoff, and we've got the ball down at the 23 for Laverne with just under 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half, trailing by a touchdown. Rudden will roll right. Good protection with his new fullback in there. Pushes it up the right sideline, a little push off. Now, was it defensive or offensive? They both pushed, and we'll see what the call is. Good hand battle going on in there between the receiver, Rumsey.
Pass interference. Defense number 2. 15-yard penalty. First down.
It could have gone either way, but yeah, 2 was the call. And unfortunately, it's Sailor Hill picks that up. So a 10-yard walk-off up to the 38-yard line with 3:20 on the clock. But the Bearcats, big 65-yard drive for the touchdown, and they lead at 14-7. Laverne sends out 2 to the right, 1 to the left on 1st and 10. 4-man front showing for the Bearcats. Up they go from 3 to 4. Big fullback again. They'll run him back and turn him around and run him back and turn him around again. No gain. In fact, probably a loss of at least a yard. They tackled him 2 to 3 yards deep, but for whatever reason, the big horse, and that's Malcolm Perry. He's a fast young man for the 230 pounds, unable to get out of the blocks, and they will mark him back 1 yard. They just say no gain. Now, I don't agree with that. He didn't get to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10. And if you ever noticed, they don't care what the broadcaster thinks. It's just they're going to do it their way. They're running the show on the field, and I know that. 2nd and 10, 38-yard line, 2.5 to go. Motion man left for the Laverne Leopards, sling it across the middle, and I'll tell you what, a little high and a little far out. And I sense that if Jimmy Rumsey had pulled that thing in, he might have got pasted by a couple of defenders. It was a little far and out there, so he decided better against doing that. I don't think he could have held on to it for very long. That's 3rd and 10 now, still at the 38-yard line of the Leopards. Bearcat defense starting to feel their way through this. Hogan Smith at one corner, Josh Halfick at the other. Now they've stepped it up, moved it to the left hash mark. 3 receivers left. Spread the offensive line a little bit on 3rd and 10. And timeout Bearcats as they want to chat it up.
Timeout Bearcats, their 3rd and final.
So with that quick 30-second break here along the way, with the Bearcats leading 14-7 over the Leopards of Laverne. Ready to go as they break the huddle. The one to say Rivera today, 4 of 9, 48 yards and a touchdown. Gabe Herrera on the reception side for the Bearcats. A big 44 yards on 8 catches and the TD. Jarek Little for the Bearcats, 5 catches and 33 yards, and 1 for Rivera, the quarterback. I don't know how he gets 4 yards. Something must have happened I didn't know about. 3rd and 10 now at the 38-yard line. Leopards have to get out of the hole here. Got some pressure. Back foot throw across the middle, complete to the 50, first down into Bearcat territory, up to the 40-yard line and down across the 40. Deadly arms, McKenna Ramos Kamaka went out left and came back shallow across the middle near midfield and got ahead of 2 defenders, made a wide open catch and did the rest himself to pick up the first down. So a 22-yard reception.
Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes. This is the 2-minute timeout.
So they have it at 1:59. They have the 2-minute timeout. We'll take a 1-minute timeout as we return here from McCulloch Stadium. Bearcats 14, Leopards 7 here on the Bearcat Network.
We're going to go on red protection, all of it. You got to check out the Navy check.
Exactly 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Bearcats 14, Leopards 7. Mike Gallagher with you one more time. And it's 1st and 10 now in Bearcat territory on their 38 for the Leopards. Snap into the gun, roll right, now some time. Really got to roll. He's going to have to play a little comeback. Throws to the deep man, but throws it out of bounds and incomplete. Loves to have his receivers. I say Gutierrez got open, but so did Ramos Kamaka, but unfortunately he threw it on the out of bounds edge of the line, incomplete. These receivers have been well covered today. Selah Hill has earning his stripes in here. We're also seeing Hogan Smith everywhere. Just the Bearcats covering everybody well. He has to throw this one away off the back foot. So the destination was predetermined as an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 on the 38-yard line. 1:52 on the clock. Twins both sides, they slot it to the right side. 2nd and 10 for the Leopards. Drop back, time. Rumyard looking long, got a man, touchdown Leopards. Holy smokes. Just a little pitch and a catch with Brian Rudden as he's looking long the whole way, and he's got zeroed in on his receiver out there, and that was McNaught Thornton. So a great little 38-yard touchdown pass. And now the Leopards within one of the Bearcats here with under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Beautiful timing route. With respect, Landon Waters basically got beat there for the Bearcats. He was outstepped to the end zone. Extra point try coming along the way now. Lopez, good snap, the left footer up. It's long, it's good. And with 1:46 to play, it is a tie ball game now. Bearcats 14 and the Laverne Leopards 14. Lozing returning. We'll be here on the Bearcat Network. Yeah, I knew that.
Good job, baby.
The biggest one yet. Where do they mark it? It'll be a 40-yard return to the 50-yard line from the 10. Watch the way he goes, finds the slot, and just accelerates past tacklers. There's a miss. Could have been a tackle. Missed that one, bumps through one tackle, bumps into another, and finally down. So the Bearcats right at midfield on the 50-yard line here. A chance to put it in before halftime. Rivera drops back 2 steps, pumps long, comes across the middle, short, complete to the 35. Inside the 35, rolling up there, Tristan Campbell. 25, no, make that a 15-yard, 16-yard reception down to the 33. Under 90 seconds to play as they set it down. Bearcats getting it in. 3 on the right side. Rivera looks for the pump, got a man open at the 22. And a nice completion out there. Close enough for the first down, nothing less than 9 yards. They might give him 10. Reception out to Brandon Johnson out of Moses Lake. We Central Washington grads know where that is. Second down on about a yard. Put it down at the 23-yard line. Rivera moving his team. Drop back, spin it to the flag. Could we throw a flag? Nope, 2 bodies going for the ball. And credit the defender stride for stride that time. That was Chris Long. Christopher right, step for step with Trajan Clark. It is not pass interference when you're both diving for the same ball, and that is right there out of his reach. Had he made that catch, that would have been spectacular. 54 seconds to go, incomplete pass. It's now 3rd down and 1. So why don't we pick up the first down here, and then we can set up for the touchdown run or pass later. That's old man football. We kind of like it like that. To the left side here on 3rd and 1, Bearcats. Look at Rivera, scopes it out, keeps the ball, nope, goes with his running back, and Herrera picks up 1+. Gets about 3 yards to the 21-yard line. I don't know if the coaches next to me can hear me call plays like that. 1st and 10, they'll mark it at the 21 for the Bearcats here. Clock at 41 seconds. Rivera looks left, changes it, steps back, comes to the short man, gets to the background and incomplete. Wowee howie. Skying for that football. Tristan Campbell nearly was able to pull it in. Well defended out there that time by Yanez. A little high on the throw perhaps, but he did have it in his hands twice, so that's really up to that man to catch the football. And any coach will tell you that. 2nd and 10, 32 seconds. Bearcats want to get in the end zone. A real sense of urgency here. Some motion from the 21. Looking left, Rivera back shoulder fade, and he overthrows because of the double coverage out there. Able to recognize that. Brandon Johnson out of Moses Lake again. Moses Lake right there on the highway headed between Seattle and Spokane, about halfway. In the flats, old Air Force base from the nuclear base from the years and years ago out there. Not far from the George Washington Amphitheater over there. And the home of the Wildcats in Ellensburg. All right, enough of the gravity there. 27 seconds on 3rd down and 10 at the 21-yard line. Bearcats a chance here. Fake play action. Rivera going to tuck it and run. Looking, kind of just sets it up and intercepted at the 1-yard line. Bringing it out, Laverne at the 10, 15, 20. The flag is down. I'm going to wonder what the flag is, but you'll play that ball well. Chase Yanez out of Sunnyside, California, played that well. He saw Rivera was in trouble, pulled up out of the end zone and came back to the ball, and he was the receiver. But it will go against the procedure call against Willamette. It will be declined with 16 seconds to go, and the Bearcats look like they're going to take a tie into the locker room against the Laverne Leopards. We'll take an extended break, by the way, coming up at halftime. Compile the stats. We'll come back and talk to you about those and the Hall of Fame a little bit. But I really believe Laverne will just come out and take a knee now. They may come up and just go for all the marbles, too. You never know. Maybe they don't want to try to take a tie in because Chris Critch and Tommy Martinez are going to dial up something here. Shotgun still showing, no backs. They got 2 receivers left, 3 to the right side with 16 seconds. They've got at least 2 shots at the end zone. I think that's the most they get. Drop back, going to pass it, no knee here. Right across the middle, 2 right in the middle, and did he make the catch? Holy smokes, right in front of us, Jimmy Rumsey, who got the touchdown earlier, down to the Bearcat 35-yard line with 7 seconds to go. Holy smoke, Rutten, look at the touch he has on this ball. And Rumsey is having a field day today in the first half. Second man in the pattern, he knew right who he wanted. And look at Rumsey in the crowd, pulls that thing down. Look at that camera work and that switching. Hunter and the master, Allen, looking good out there on the TV in the truck. 7 seconds remaining here. Ball down on the Bearcat 35. Timeout has been called. We want to remind you, if you want to follow the Bearcats, you can do that, whether it's football or any sport. Go to WUBearcats.com. It'll take you right up to the athletic sports page. Click on the sport you're following. There's a calendar on the right side to tell you, and also on that calendar you can always connect with audio or video of many times they've covered. They cover many different sports. Our athletics, Associate Athletics Director Chris Zapato has helped create the network that you listen and watch these games on. Not just football, other games as well. And Chris has done such a good job the last 4 to 5 years to create something very special for the Bearcats. WUBearcats.com. Here we go. First and 10, 35, 7 seconds. They put it to 8, actually. Bad snap. Going to pick it up and run it. No, he dropped it again. What's he going to do? Fling it. Got a man. Oh, Rumsey again. Out of bounds at the 6 with 1 second to go. Holy smoke. Give the kid the game ball at halftime. Jimmy Rumsey coming across from the 35. The quarterback drops the ball, picks it up, drops it again. Now watch this. 1, 2, fling it. That kid, that ball was way over his head. He pulled it in with 1 second to go. Last play. We're at the 5-6 yard line. First and goal. Are they just going to kick it? Yeah, we'll just take the field goal. So Lopez will come out. Jason out of Yuba City. We don't see many left footers. Here's the snap. It'll be a 22-yarder, and it's perfect. That is pretty. And you talk about fight at the end. The Leopards come down with very little time and pop in a 22-yard field goal as time runs out. And after trailing the whole first half, the Zilla Leopards now leading at halftime against the Willamette Bearcats here in Salem, Oregon by a score of 17-14. Lots of stats to compile, and we've got ourselves no real halftime show, but we do have some messages for you as well. I will say I'll come back in about 10 minutes or less, and we'll be ready to go with the second half of today's game. Our halftime score, the Leopards 17 and the Willamette Bearcats 14, and we'll be back after this extended break with halftime statistics and the kickoff of the second half here on the Bearcat Network.
There are more ways than ever to watch Capital Community Media and your favorite local programs. No cable, no Roku, no Apple, no problem. Go to capitalcommunitymedia.org. Click on TV. Choose the channel you want to watch, 21, 22, or 23. See the full day schedule to watch live or search for a program to watch on demand. Find us at capitalcommunitymedia.org. Give it a watch.
So the Center for Hope and Safety, formerly Mid-Valley Women's Crisis Service, has been around for 51 years, providing services and support to victims and survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and human trafficking in Marion and Polk counties. I've been the executive director here for 27 years, and in our former office I had a big door, and I used to put sticky notes on the back of it when I would hear things that survivors needed: housing, job training, supportive services, and I had a whole array of sticky notes. And when we had the opportunity to buy the Greyhound bus terminal, it was a dream come true of these are all the things that we could put into that. A lot of partners came together to make Hope Plaza a reality. We are incredibly blessed to receive over $8 million from lottery bonds and the State of Oregon General Fund. And we had the Appropriations Committee for the federal government provided $2 million. And we also have foundations that came alongside of us, and then of course community donations, which are so critical to the work that we do. And so we're just honored to have so much support to make Hope Plaza a reality.
Hope Plaza is more than just a building. It's a symbol of hope and renewal. It's fitting that it stands on the side of an old Greyhound bus station. Once a safe destination for weary travelers, is now a sanctuary for survivors beginning new journeys toward a brighter future.
So there's 20 fully accessible, affordable housing units. And when I say affordable, today, affordability for most survivors, they cannot afford it. So this is truly low-income housing. They'll only pay 30% of their income for these units. And then we decided that we're paying all the utilities, broadband, and laundry.
In a time when so many Oregonians are struggling to find affordable housing, the creation of Hope Plaza shines as a beacon of what can be accomplished when we prioritize the well-being of our most vulnerable neighbor.
Hope Plaza is actually a part of the continuum of housing that survivors need the most, that permanent housing. It's very difficult for them to be able to afford housing, and we've struggled to find enough permanent housing. And then, of course, every unit is fully accessible, and so being able to know that if somebody comes in and has a disability, we're going to be able to have a space for them that they can navigate and be comfortable in. So it really is unique housing, and then all those wraparound services come alongside that and help them to be successful.
Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm a Republican and I'm quite conservative, and most of you know that Peter was quite liberal, but we were extremely good friends. And I think what this building shows is what politics can achieve when we work together, and I think that's extremely important.
Every step towards being able to help people is a big step forward.
On a Thursday evening at South Salem High School, 3 students, all a part of South's DECA program, facilitated a community discussion on the impacts of fentanyl. Their goal is to spread awareness about the growing crisis that is ending the lives of youth everywhere, including Oregon. Their campaign name, Fight Fentanyl with Facts, explains exactly what they are doing.
advisor, Mr. Dixon, actually brought up to us that fentanyl was a big problem that was coming up in our community.
We were looking for opportunities to learn more about fentanyl, and we saw that there was a community conversation up in Beaverton. We met Jennifer Epstein there. She was a great resource, and that's how we got in contact with her.
4 individuals whose work directly faces the fentanyl crisis head-on were invited to educate attendees and to answer questions around fentanyl. One of those speakers was Jennifer Epstein. Jennifer is the Director of Research for the family-run nonprofit Song for Charlie, and she's also Cal's mom. Jennifer shared her son's story and shared what Song for Charlie is doing to combat the fentanyl crisis.
My 18-year-old son Cal was a great kid, an average teenager, very well-liked, very involved in school, involved in the theater community, a lifeguard. Just seemed to be doing well. He had anxiety, but we were getting all the professional help that we thought he needed, and he seemed to be doing well. He went off to college, spent a semester off at college, came home after the first semester, his freshman year, and we found him unresponsive in his bed. He had reached out on Snapchat to get an Oxy, a choice that was certainly a poor choice, but he, instead of Oxy, he got fentanyl and died as a result. Song for Charlie basically is a nonprofit that was created to raise awareness about fentanyl and fake pills amongst youth and parents. Song for Charlie recently, in January of 2023, we were awarded a contract by the California Department of Healthcare Services to create a portal for parents to help parents understand what is going on with fentanyl and fake pills and to give them resources to educate their kids. And so in September of 2023, we released a new website called The New Drug Talk, Connect to Protect, and it is a website that provides information to parents and really anybody who's interested about what is going on with the fentanyl epidemic, what is going on with fentanyl and fake pills, and it gives them resources to help conversations with young people, with their kids, and also resources to help to understand what to do in case you see somebody overdosing or see somebody struggling with drugs.
Fentanyl is a high-powered synthetic opioid, 50 to 100 times more powerful than plant-based opioids. Unlike opium, morphine, and codeine, fentanyl is man-made and produced within a lab. When used in a controlled medical setting, fentanyl is an extremely helpful tool. However, most street drugs today contain various amounts of fentanyl, and it doesn't take much to induce an overdose.
Just 2 milligrams is enough to kill an average person.
Jennifer also shared a chart from the Song for Charlie website that shows the transition in drug type usage between 2012 and 2022. Fentanyl is stronger, cheaper, and faster to make compared to plant-based opioids. This means it has spread quicker than we had the chance to learn about it.
Today's youth grew up in a different culture. They grew up in a time when people turned to medications to solve problems. From the time they are young, they may see a parent taking Advil for a headache, or they may have friends who are on Xanax or Adderall for anxiety. If they go to a doctor to get a wisdom tooth pulled, they're given a prescription for Percocet. So kids today are a lot more comfortable with medications than previous generations, and they trust them. They know that if they're given a prescription from a doctor, that it's going to have a specified dose, and that's the right dose for them. And so young people don't always understand that a pill that they get from social media, or a pill that might be passed to them by a friend in a hallway, at a party, they don't understand that pill is most likely is not a legitimate prescription pill, and that it could in fact be laced with fentanyl and end their life or cause problems down the road.
we're mostly like targeting like students, but also parents and just people in the community. We just want everyone to know.
We felt that it was quite important that if it's in the news and it's about someone is dying and our teachers don't know about it, it's something that we should know. And so we wanted to start educating our community.
Sergeant Brian Goldman was another speaker who presented during the community discussion with the goal of sharing his knowledge on the fentanyl crisis from the perspective of someone in law enforcement. Sergeant Goldman works in the drug enforcement section with the Oregon State Police, and he says it's not always easy to spot fentanyl.
So spotting fentanyl in its pill form is very easy to do. Any pill that's blue and it says M on one side and 30 on the other is more likely than not. It's almost always going to be a fentanyl pill. Pretty much any pill that you buy on the street that somebody is selling for the purpose of getting high is most likely going to be a fentanyl pill. It gets trickier when it gets into the powdered form. Fentanyl is a white powder, much like cocaine, meth, or white China heroin. So it can be a little bit trickier then to distinguish what fentanyl is versus what some of the other illicit drugs are. And we're seeing a lot of cross-contamination too, with fentanyl being mixed with other drugs. So, but I think a safe thing to assume is any time that you're encountering an illicit substance, especially if it's a white powder, it more likely than not has fentanyl in it.
Sergeant Goldman also shared that he's definitely noticed a difference in drug trends within Oregon, and explains how that changes the way in which he carries out his daily duties.
Early in my career, meth was the predominant drug that we encountered on the street. Over the last 4 years, I've seen opioids really start to dominate the market in Oregon, and over the last 2, we've really switched from being a heroin state to a fentanyl state. So we're seeing that trend continue, and it's really reflecting in the overdoses that we see on the street too. We have really recognized how many overdose deaths we're seeing across the state as a state agency, and we're adjusting our strategies to focus on fentanyl as opposed to other things with an effort to prioritize life safety so we can work to reduce those overdose deaths.
In May of 2023, Oregon Senate Bill 238 was passed, which requires schools to create a curriculum that teaches students opioid education by fall of 2024. Salem Keizer School District, however, has already been implementing new policies to ensure the safety of their students. One of them being that they now keep naloxone, mainly known as Narcan, available for use in case of emergency. Salem Keizer Public Schools nurse coordinator Jody Peterson and Salem Keizer Public Schools registered nurse Denise Proudfoot both explained what Narcan is, how to use it, and what schools are doing to make sure the students who need it get it safely.
Narcan is a nasal spray that's easily administered, and it's meant to be administered to individuals who are showing signs of a possible opioid overdose, or fentanyl being the concern that is most prevalent in our community with the 18 to 24-year-old kids. And it's readily available, and it can be immediately effective, and sometimes it takes multiple doses to take effect, but to counteract an opioid overdose, that is the medication that is able to be in the hands of any community member before emergency medical services can be available.
This is a sample dose, and it is very simple. It goes in one nostril, and with the bottom red plunger, you just put it in the nostril and spray. And that is how simple it is to give.
Thankfully, we have not had to administer Narcan within the school day to a Salem Keizer Public School student since we've had Narcan available in the schools. But what we have been able to do is train a number of staff members to administer Narcan if we needed to, so that we're prepared. And we've had Narcan provided to each school, at least one vial. Nurses carry them, security team members carry Narcan as well, so that we're prepared if there's an unfortunate time that we would need to use it.
In March of 2023, the FDA approved over-the-counter Narcan nasal spray, a big step in the aid of overdose response. The package comes with 2 spray cartridges because the effects of Narcan can wear off quickly, which means that the second dose may also need to be administered before help arrives. That's why it's important to call for help before using Narcan. Another tool that is used to combat fentanyl are test strips. But test strips don't guarantee true results.
You could test a portion of a pill and it could come out negative, but the rest of the pill could have enough to kill 5 people.
Jennifer also explained why it seems that youth today are so comfortable with taking pills of any kind.
I think the community needs to understand that the drug landscape is not the same as it was when most adults were growing up, or even the same as 5 years ago, and it is much more dangerous than ever before. A person experimenting with a pill or a powder could lose their life the first time they try a drug. It is very easy for young people to get a hold of a fentanyl pill, sometimes unknowingly. I know of a mom in California who lost her 13-year-old, and he certainly wasn't looking for fentanyl. He had a root canal and was having lingering pain from that root canal. He was online playing video games with some friends, and he complained about his tooth, and one of his friends that he was playing video games with offered him a Percocet. Lucas said yes, he was interested in trying it, and so his friend dropped off the Percocet at his front door. Luca went downstairs, got that pill, laid down, took the pill, and died. And so, I think kids are trusting. They don't always know what the dangers are, and it's easy for them to make a mistake.
Here's what Sergeant Goldman had to say about what Oregon State Police are doing in efforts to stop the distribution of fentanyl within Oregon.
Reallocation of resources with troopers, at least from our agency, who are focusing in on fentanyl specifically, and getting as much of it as we can off the street, and also doing events like this where we go out and engage the community and help educate community members about the dangers of fentanyl and how to spot it and avoid it.
Well, it's halftime here, 17-14, and the Laverne Wildcats came back in the last 2 minutes to take the lead on a field goal from 22 yards away from Lopez with about 16 seconds to go on just 3 plays and 69 yards, and Mr. Rumsey helped make that happen. Looking at Laverne's stats here at halftime, on the receiving end, it is Jimmy Rumsey with 5 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. McKenna Ramos-Kamaka, he has himself 52 yards on 5 catches. Vargas, 2 for 36, and Gutierrez, 3 for 26. On the ground for Laverne here at halftime, 4 carries on 17 yards for McCown. Malcolm Perry, the big fullback, 2 carries, 11 yards. Quarterback Brian Redden, 1 carry for just 3 yards as well, and Martinez has 1 yard picked up. When you look at the Willamette University offense, at halftime, Gabe Herrera on the ground, 9 carries, 47 yards, and a touchdown. And we've got Jarek Little picking up 33 yards on 5. Alex Rivera also had 1 carry for 6 yards. On the passing side, it was Alex Rivera, 6 of 15 at halftime with 1 interception, 74 yards, and the touchdown. And that touchdown went to Elijah Romero. Elijah with 5 catches on 48 yards at the break. Also Clark, Trajan, 5 catches and 22 yards. Brandon Johnson, 3 catches, but just 4 positive yards. Scoring started out with 3.5 minutes to go as these teams take up. Willamette scored first, making it 7-0. And about 8-10 minutes later, the Laverne answered to make it 7-7 in the second quarter. They traded touchdowns again, but it was an interception. And then Mr. Lopez with a 22-yard field goal as time ran out in the first half. And 3 plays, 69 yards, and our score sits 17-14 as we start the second half. And on the field, the Bearcats will kick it off here from Salem. Mike Alliger with you in for Jeff Lucero, who will be back next week. Glad I was able to be called upon and be returning to watch this new and improved ball club. And Seidel will kick it off. It's about 82 degrees outside, maybe a little hotter, a light breeze, and short kick to the 25. Drop picked up. The big tight end spun around. Nice stop and hanging on to the ball from Martinez. Still good field position here as we start the second half of play in this opening game for both Laverne Leopards as well as the Bearcats of Willamette here in Salem. And the Leopards leading it 17-14. I just got a text from one of the former assistant coaches of my friend, Mr. Waters. He was a little surprised to hear this old voice on the air, and I said, well, when they they call Ghostbusters when they need somebody, so here I am, and I'm glad to be back after 3 years, and we look at Laverne. They're going to go with the big fullback to start the second half with that 3-point lead. They'll set it down at the 28, 1st and 10. Step up, throw it in the crowd, tipped up in the air and nearly picked off by one of two different defenders. Initially tipped in there by the quick hands of Hogan Smith and diving for the ball, but nearly picking it off with Judah Alfifioa. And just like that, no interference here, just great defensive work. But you got to credit Rudden with trying to thread the needle a little bit too much. He's lucky it didn't get picked off. It's 2nd down and 10. Beautiful day for football. Beavers and Ducks playing later on tonight. 2nd down and 10. Rudden puts a man in motion with 2 receivers out to the 3 now to the right side. He looks right, throws short, the motion man complete to the 35-yard line. Juan Gutierrez, one of his favorite. And they got that 1-2-3 receiver combo out there. Juan Gutierrez, that's his 2nd catch today. That he'll pick up. Oh, he'll get 8 yards on that one. He's got 9 for the game. 3rd down, about 3 on the 36. In between the hashes now as they head toward the south goalpost on this hot, muggy day. A little bit of smoke, but nothing bad. You can sense it. Twin receivers stacked on both sides on 3rd and 3 for Laverne. Back to pass, Rudden. Rudden slings it, completes it, 1st down, 50-yard line and beyond. And one man who's been steady today as he's upended out there by a couple of defenders, including the quick legs of Hogan Smith, has been number 18. And right here you see he gets open. He knows how to get in the gap. Ramos Kamaka, big target, great hands. Rudden will bring in the play from the sideline now. It's 1st and 10 in Bearcat territory on the 48 here as we're about 90 seconds into the 3rd quarter. And Laverne leading since halftime, of course, 17-14. On 1st and 10. Just taking the time to survey the situation with a tight end in and a tight end wide. And a flag down from the back judge. Too much time. There he is. And, of course, your referee, as I mentioned earlier, Tyler Ziff. Dave Menosite, your umpire today. John Delgado, the head linesman. Your line judge is Ryan Leniger. Robbie Hilton-Tager in at the side judge. Matt Bemberos is field judge. And the man who just made the last call, who I worked with last night at a high school game at North Salem, Johnny Kazmierski. High school, small college, Division I. He's a busy guy. He has a wonderful mom named Gloria. I used to work with her years ago. Now we've got 1st and 15 after that. 1st and 20. So blast with a new fullback coming out of the backfield. And they're going to go with Mason Uribe, a sophomore out of Renton's East Side Catholic High School. First time for number 22 into the ball game today. Most everyone from California on the roster. You see a few folks here and there. A couple from Texas, a couple from Washington, 3 or 4 from Washington. No one from Oregon. Here's 2nd and 14. Ball back on the 48-yard line of Laverne. They put 3 right, 1 left on 2nd and long. 5-step drop. Rudden comes up, comes and claims the ball at the 42-yard line. Runs it out of bounds. And again, one of his other favorite receivers, he's got about 5 or 6 to pull from. That's McNaught Thornton. We'll set that defense for you. It's been pretty much a rotating bunch out there today for Willamette. But Hogan Smith still the free safety along with Dominic Corrado, Ryan Woods, and Braden Duke in there at the corners. Your nose man is Harade Rosh on the 3-man front. 3rd down, call it 4 on the 42 of Willamette for Laverne. Drop back, looks right, comes right. In the gap, trying to thread it, but throws it behind. Rumsey incomplete. Hawking one guy. Hogan Smith just seems to be every other place. Not every place, but every other place. And the last guy to wear number 11 on defense that played like him, and he was a linebacker, and that's Harmon Bruno. Who's all happy and married and living down in the Bay Area and having a good time in life. 4th down, they're going to go for it. 4th down, call it 4 near the 42-yard line. Laverne confident in Bearcat territory to put it in. Motion, now twin receivers, everybody out. Rudden, tipped away, almost intercepted, but the tip was huge. Orion Woods, the big senior from Morgan Hill, California, got a hand on that ball. That's watching your quarterback and paying attention to the football. That's twice he's broken up a play today. Just got in the right passing lane, got up there about 2 to 3 feet off the ground. To be young and youthful and get 36 inches high off the ground. 11:25 in the third quarter. Leopards with the lead, but Bearcats with the ball now on their 42 as they take over on downs. Same offensive bunch up there. It'll be Carpenter on the ball, Gallardo and Roberts at the guards, Hawkins and Heisey at tackle, and then Trajan Clark at the X-back. Y will be Lipiante, and Elijah Romero will be one of the receivers, but this has been jumping around. We've got 2 backs in there now to start the second half with the quarterback, Alex Rivera. Little motions out of the back, and they go right up the middle with Herrera. I'm looking at Herrera's stats, meaning his size. They've got him listed at 5'7", 190, which means he's probably 5'6" and a half and 180, but he is a solid, fast young man, number 0 right there with the ball. Rotating backs in and up. Brandon Johnson will come in now. No gain. Or we have a flag and I missed it. Yes, we have a 5-yard penalty on the Bearcats procedure. They'll put that ball back as I was looking down. This is what happens when you're solo. You miss a lot. 43, make that the 37-yard line. 37-yard line for the Bearcats. First down and 15. 2-back set, straight up off left side, bouncing left, can't get around anybody is Herrera. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about as far as it's going to go. He had those big boys up front poking holes, but some continuing tenacious play on that defensive line, in particular by Delonte Moore, the linebacker, coming up and plugging a hole. He, along with Devon Martin, they play roughly a 3-4, but they really plug the gap tight through the Leopards. But take nothing away from the effort today by the offensive line in general. Still feeling their way through this here. Second down, 15. Rivera, everybody's out. Steps up, overthrows, incomplete. Had his tight end coming across, Mason LaPlante. The sophomore got up there, but it was way over his head. He could barely get a hand on it, and it bounces incomplete. And now it's 3rd and 15. Bearcats making some changes. Everyone looks to the sideline. Back in is Mason LaPlante. He was in, he was out. Slot wide left on 3rd and 15. One back to block, and now he's out. Looking out right side, coming back to make the catch behind the first down marker, and a complete 17-yard catch down to the 46-yard line. Well, you talk about catch and roll, stop, drop, and roll. Elijah Romero, the leading receiver today, number 13 right there on your screen. This guy has been working hard today. They all have. But he comes back to the ball and rolls with it to protect it. Does not touch the ground. He had that well protected. 1st and 10 Bearcats. They go ground game to Herrera. And ground from the 46 down to the 45-yard line with 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. And the Bearcats trailing by 3, want to get back up. Double check Herrera's totals for the day. I got him 11 carries, about 48 yards. Got about a yard on that one to the 45-yard line of Laverne. So Bearcats slowly matriculating the ball down the field, as Hank Stram used to say. Second down and 9. LaPlante. Motion, set up. Nope, to Little. 40, first down 35. And he is just a touchdown waiting to happen as well. Jarek Little, out of Utah, the East High Farmers. He makes an impression quickly. They're going a little hurry up here. On the handoff, Little again, right off left guard. 5, 6, maybe 7 yards to the 28, 29-yard line. They're going to give him 6 yards. Little making his presence known here. They'll rotate tight ends or wide receivers, but they're going to keep it a 2-back set here as the Bearcats have altered their offense just a little bit. I asked Coach Eric Williams, I said, you going to do anything we haven't seen around here for a while, like maybe a little fly? And he says, there's some fly in there. We won't talk about it now. Second and 4, 29-yard line. Bearcats driving in the zone. Rivera fakes to Little. Left side again. Down to the 1-yard line. Almost pass interference in my mind. I'll tell you what, Jomar Brown was step for step with the receiver, Trajan Clark. I don't think he kept him from getting to the ball. They have a right to do it, but once you make contact when that ball's in the air, I always wonder. So he steps back. Great release by Rivera. Nope, no pass interference there. Bearcats have changed their helmet look a little bit. They put the Bearcat on the left side and their jersey number on the right side, which I kind of like. Now to Little. It's third down and 4, and Little hits a big wall at the 25-yard line, rolls to the 24, picks up the first down. Just what he needed, a 4-yard pickup. And Little, with 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter, trying to get that lead back for the Bearcats in this non-conference game. Of course, the SCIAC League is where Laverne plays, Southern California Interscholastic Conference, SCIAC. Redlands, California, Cal Lutheran, Chapman, some of the schools. From the 19, first down and 10. Motion now right side. One man out there. It's one-on-one. No, he's going to run it. Rivera picks up a block. No holding. Rivera hits up behind and gets inside the 10-yard line and down near the 8. Well, I'll tell you what, there's an opportunity to throw to the receiver or pick up the receiver's block, and you watch what Rivera does on this return. He's just about ready to throw it, but his receiver can't get free on the right side here, so he just kind of dances his way to a first and goal. Good blocking out there, carefully, no holding from Clark. And they set the ball down, first and goal on the 8-yard line, knocking on the door here in the third quarter. Bearcats just kind of easing their way down the road. So they come to the sideline. They're 8 seconds on the snap clock. One back set, new back in the backfield. Got to get rid of it. Rivera tucks it up from the 8. He's to the 7. Laverne kind of sniffed out the inside move, the way that something happened up there, and they made a little adjustment and just plugged the hole, but still able maybe to get a yard. Rivera, very tough, he head down runner. Alex Rivera the 4th, Laveen, Arizona, Trevor Brown High, sophomore at 5'9". Rivera again. Quick handoff, man up the middle to the 5, to the 4, to the 3. Holy smokes, touchdown Bearcats. Kyle Hooper, the graduate student. If that's number 19, and I think it is. You can't tell these numbers sometimes. It looks like Hooper just takes it up, powers through, hits the back of his offensive line, and just pushes himself into the end zone. A great 8-yard run for Hooper, and the Bearcats got the lead back here, going for the extra point. It'll be Nick Beswick-Seidel out of Boise High School, Boise, Idaho. He gives the nod and waiting for the snap. No wind here today, just a lot of heat. Dips it up, perfect kick. And it's good. No flags on the field. 6:03 on the third quarter clock, and the Bearcats have jumped back into the lead here in Salem, 21-17. We'll pause for this 1 minute break here on the Bearcat Network.
Good job.
There it is. Returning to McCulloch Stadium, Mike Gallagher in for Jeff Lucero today. Happy to be back behind the mic one more time for the Bearcats. 21-17, and they're making me happy. Saddle will kick it off. Kind of a high end-over-end shot inside the 25-yard line. Laverne takes it there up to the 30. Left side by their tight end, who just kind of tucks and runs. And Julian Martinez knows how to protect that ball. And he gets up near the 35-yard line. But that just a great drive for the Bearcats. Very calculated, good passing. Hooper Cahill with a 7-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good. An 11-play drive of 58 yards, a little over 5 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock. And after trailing at halftime, they get the lead back here in the third quarter. They've kicked it to Laverne. They're set up in decent area up near the 35, and that will be where the Leopards. They haven't made any major changes here. Still at quarterback. Running backs, they have, much like Willamette, rotated a lot of players in and out, and you do that in game one. Here comes the pressure on Rudden on the screenplay, and he darn near throws it away. They almost with the pickoff. Just a little slow to get to it. Braden Duke, another Crook County Cowboy. And if you don't know where Prineville is, it's over east of Bend. And down in this little valley is a place called Prineville where the Crook County High School is. And they are the Cowboys and the Cowgirls. And we have ourselves an injured Laverne Leopard down on the field after that last play here with 5:53 playing in the quarter. Thanks to our athletics director, Rob Passage, for all the setup here today. He's been one busy boy the last few weeks, as well as our assistant athletics director for communications and special effects and magic. That would be Chris Sabato, but of course the folks that give you the video as big number 71 gets up off the field right now. He's all right. You always like to be sure. Bernardo Burrito, 300-pounder out of Altadena. So many things have to happen to get this ball game to go from a technical standpoint. It's not. I do little other than come in prepared and ready to talk for 3 hours. These guys are the workmen, the fellas with the cameras, the people running the technical side of things and making sure everything's connected. Laverne after the timeout, 2nd and 10. Rudden looking long. Left side, is it going to be picked off? I think it is. And I'll tell you what, Dominic Corrado just stayed and calculated his dive. You'll see it here on the replay as he stepped right in front of one dangerous receiver, Juan Gutierrez, and he pulls it in for the Bearcats. Look at this. Boom. Big number 8. He's already had a broken up pass. I don't know if that's his second INT today or not. So the Bearcats with 5:47 to go in the third get the ball back, leading by 4. Placing it down at the Bearcat 22-yard line, 1st down and 10. You know, there's been 2 to 3 years of just not great football here in Bearcat land. And this is why Coach Eric Williams and his new staff has come in here. And they brought new life, new vigor, and new direction and purpose. You've got to get out and watch a game when they're home or wherever they are. First play up top, one-on-one. Romero at the 45. Did he win the grab? Or they're going to say it's incomplete. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh, they're going to call it complete to the 41-yard line. They were not going to call it complete. The field judge waited and looked like he was going to let it go. And no, they're going to pull it in. So a 40-yard pass play coming up right into your living room here. Nice catch. The roll and the battle, and Romero wins the scrum down to the 41. First and 10 at the Leopards territory with 5 minutes to play. In the third quarter, Romero the quarterback. Catch and release, go to Herrera. And I'm going to tell you what, that was near the helmet contact. That was near the extending an arm up near the helmet by number 17. He's going to have to be careful with that. Dante Moore. Herrera looks to the sideline. He seems to be okay. San Jose native, both he and Austin Payne of the Bearcats. Little motion here on 2nd and 4. Straight up the middle again, Herrera close to the first down as he gets pile drived about a yard short. Where the Bearcats are just showing a whole different look. I can't describe it other than as a fan, the setback after 3 years of not doing games and watching 1 or 2 a year and having my heart broke a little bit because they just didn't have what they needed. Things are changing. Third down and short. Over to Herrera. He says, it's mine. Give it to me. I'll get you to the 30. He just needed to get to the 31. He picks up 2 first down Bearcats. 3:52 to go here in this third quarter and driving hopefully for another score before the end of the quarter. He runs with such power and protects the ball very well as you see it. And look at that big hole. Among others, pile driving it, Gio Gallardo out of Baldwin Park, the graduate student. Gio is kind of a big boy. He opens up the hole for you. It says he's 3'15", about 6'4". Turn, play action, fake halftime. Everybody rolls right. Medium route man, complete. Guess who? Guess who? Elijah Romero. Putting New Mexico on the map today. At least in Oregon, we don't hear much about New Mexico. Unless it's about Roswell or something in Albuquerque. Or a flash flood or something like that. 3:15 and counting here. First and 10 inside the 20 near the 18-yard line. Bearcats driving. Romero motion. Going to hand, no, play action. Swing it right, complete Romero. Now he's going to take it out of bounds and he gets double teamed and popped out of bounds. And the man who gave him the hard pop is staying down, and that's Lamonte Moore, I believe. Delonte, 6'2", 220 out of San Bernardino is on the sideline. He did take quite a pop as he came across to make that tackle. But he is out of bounds. They're going to look at him. Watch number 17 come across here. Right here. I think he just got in on the end of it and he landed wrong. So an official timeout. And again, a reminder, follow your favorite Bearcat team. Football, whatever it might be. It's up online, WUBearcats.com. You'll find the scores, you'll find the schedules, whether it's volleyball, if it's football, certainly, cross country, whatever it is you're following. And then look and see the basketball schedules are up there as well. You'll have the reports from different games coming up in there. They're running a little short-handed right now, so be patient. But I can say that you can always find out what you want to find out about the Bearcats up on WUBearcats.com. They're still working on Moore over there. They've got him walked off, and so the umpire talking to the Bearcat offensive linemen who have really impressed me here today. I mean, when you come out on your first game and you've been, like I said, hitting your teammates' helmets across the way for nearly a month, and now you're hitting guys in white jerseys and green helmets, that's a nice change because you don't have to hold back. They don't want you to hold back in practice, but they're still working on more. He's off the field, and that's the main thing. Second down, call it 9. They're down to the 17-yard line. A little quick hand back on a trap play, and a little gets followed down the line, still picking up 2 yards with Devin Martin stopping him. Laverne rebuilding with some new coaches. As I mentioned early on, kind of a personal note. Probably the oldest guy on the staff, their defensive coordinator and linebacker coach, who was a great defensive back himself back in the mid-'70s at University of Puget Sound, Rob Cushman, former head coach at Occidental, their last head coach. Eastern Oregon University, and assisted many places. And they still want him around, he said. Everybody out in the pattern. 5 out there, throw to the back of it in the corner of the end zone, incomplete. About a step and a half short. And Rivera had it well timed. It was on target, and it was double covered and given a little bit of a push. I have to say that it might have been just the contact Ordonez had with everybody. So I see Ordonez, Thomas Ordonez, Los Lunas, Mexico, New Mexico, and Gabe, I should say, Rivera from Levine. No. It'll come to me. Now that they're saying, hey, we're not going to do it on 4th and 6. We're going to kick the field goal. Here's a 32-yarder. And it's blocked by Laverne. And it will go into the end zone. And they'll try to bring it out to the 10-yard line. Now to the 20, up the sideline, and they'll run them out of bounds. That loose ball, Yanez picked up, put it across the 30. But the block field goal says that Laverne's still around to play some football. 1:58 remaining in the third quarter, and the Bearcats still own a 4-point lead, 21-17. Maybe a little bit of a slow approach, but also they let that man in. He got up high. I was making the Los Lunas, New Mexico combination between Ordonez and the other receiver, Romero. They both went to 2 different high schools, but you don't hear too much about Los Lunas, New Mexico, unless you're looking at a Bearcat roster. 1st and 10, now 35-yard line, under 2 minutes to play. Maybe just keep it on the ground and run it out here. Very physical play out there. I've seen less trash talking by the Bearcats than I've seen in several years. And again, in my personal mind is, all right, what did you gain by it other than you pumped your ego up? You're thinking more about what you're going to say to your opponent than you are what you're supposed to be doing with your job. That is my point. So just play football, and that's what the Bearcats are doing. Pretty sound today as well. 2nd down and 9, 36-yard line. Leopards are driving. One back set, play action, screen across the middle. Will he get to it? Oh my. Magic man at the 43-yard line. And again, McKenna Ramirez-Kamaka out of Milano, Hawaii, comes back across the way, and they're going to say he didn't catch it? Oh, come on. Can you show me that, Alan? I mean, I'm not pro, but I have a feeling that he may have kept it off the ground if we can see it. Slow. Look at this. Nah, it hit the ground. Okay. See, my eyes are fading me. This is why we have instant replay at Willamette. They don't have it anywhere else. We do it here. Thank you, fellas. Great. Look at this. Always giving me the back and forth look. So he hits the ground there, bounces up. Boy, he had me fooled. Such great effort. I gave him a 9.5 and the reception. But that'll bring up 1st down and on the 49-yard line. 1st down and 10. Laverne looking. Snap high, time. A lot of receivers out. Under pressure, on the run, making the catch anyway. The same man to the 39-yard line. You didn't give it to me last night, you're going to give it to me this time. Oh my, it broke down just enough for a 10-yard reception down to the 39. This is one scrambling dude, number 18, Ramos Kamaka. He comes back to the ball, goes up for it, protects it, brings it down with 2 hands, knows he's going to get pile drived, and he's okay. 10-yard pickup to the 39 of the Bearcats. Clock running under 35 seconds now. One more play here for the Leopards. I don't think we're going to give up anything deep. I just don't think these guys are dialed into that. Clock running, 20 seconds. Now the roll left. Throw it up. There's the interception. You loop it up, and an interception for the Bearcats at the 30-yard line. Everyone playing their spot. And I'll tell you what, coming up fast, right back to the ball, Devin Owens. First year out of Richmond, California. How about that? Just played the man, played the ball, and went to it. Look at this, right in front of the defender. That's mine. I don't have to go very far. It's mine. 13 seconds. Why not? Why not just get it down the field a little bit? We're on the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. There's some happy Bearcats there on the sideline. And by the way, those new unis, I'm loving them. Retro numbers you can read. Good-looking helmets with the white look. I love the number on the right side. Everything's passing inspection here. You have freedom to win more ball games, fellas. 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. Slot right, and now the movement for the Bearcats. Oh, the back moved. First time we've seen anything like that today, and that was Gable Herrera ready to go on 1 and not on 2. That'll cost him 5 yards. Gabe, that's the first mistake you've made today, fella. It's okay. We needed a little more field room to do what we got to do. Flag down as they clock off 5 yards. All the Bearcats, on the 25-yard line. One play here, maybe 2. And the third quarter will be over. Turn and handoff, and oh my, Herrera slips. Takes a stand. He hasn't slipped all day. And it's got to be hot on that field, which also makes it slick down there. And they're just going to let the clock, and we will go to the break. Our third quarter is over. The fourth final 15 minutes coming your way here in game number 1 of the 2024 season. Bearcats leading the Leopards after 3, 21-17. We're back in a minute on the Bearcat Network.
Turn me the fuck up. Turn me up, guys. Come on, love. Oh, yeah, E. Kick him out the club. Let's go. Get busy. Easy, Blair.
And it's just wonderful to be back behind the mic with you guys. Thank you. Straight up the middle, 2nd down and long. And the Bearcats, the helmet that comes off. The running back, Herrera says, I slipped. I went off sides. I got to make it up to you, fellas. So from the 24-yard line, he picks up 7 yards to the 32, and the fourth quarter is underway. It's still Herrera in the backfield, and occasionally Little will come in and spell him. But right now, a quick snap, great protection, short pass play, and Herrera drops it. Very uncharacteristic. Hey, it's 80-plus hot out there. And I would just send Little in and say, bring him out. We got 4th down anyway. We'll just talk you down. Everything's fine. Just didn't go well on that series. Great little pass. He just was ready to go before he had it, and that's really what it came down to. One man deep near his own 35-yard line. I believe that's Gutierrez for the Leopards of Laverne. Waiting for the snap is our punter, 49 best recital. Gets it away, fair catch at the 30. And And I'll tell you what, one thing Willamette has had over the years, depending on who's coaching special teams, they're fast. They get the fastest guys who like to hit down to get to the ball, and we cover well. 13:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Bearcats still up by 4 here on this first day of college football here back in Bearcat land. Man, we had so many good spring sports. Baseball did well, of course. Track and field into nationals. Softball played exceptionally well. Peg Swaitner and her ladies basketball team all the way went to the first round of the NCAA playoffs back in March. I saw Ava Kitchen running around here today, the graduate student, former player. She's helping out here today. 1st and 10 on the 30. Look at this. Rudden looks right, fakes everybody out, comes left and overthrows. That is one heck of a great move. He had everybody flowing to the right except one person who was stride for stride with the receiver coming out of the backfield. Their number 13, McNaught Thornton. Both teams have a pair of guys wearing 13 catching football today. They're outstanding. I think Laverne's going to have a good season this year. It's going to be more than 2 wins like last year. They're back in the huddle on 2nd and 10 on the 30-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. The up back looks new. He's there to box. Back to the same play. Over there, complete to the 40-yard line. Well caught, same man. And again, McNaught Thornton up near the 40, inside the 40-yard line. A 32-yard reception down to the 38-yard line.
Hey, good hands on, Lee K. Good shit, boy. Hey, good patience.
Watch the replay. This is such a great touch, and he's able to just make it look easy, and he makes his players look good. Watching my stats here and trying to get the right one. Settle it down, 1st and 10 down to the 38 for the Bearcats. Laverne pushing down. Dropping back again. Ball tipped up in the air. Almost an interception, almost a reception, depending on which side of the way you're looking at it. Incomplete pass. Brian Rutten today really can see why he is the starting quarterback for the Leopards.
Hey, let's go! Let's go! Come on! Hey, Pete, hold your water. Hold your water.
New receivers coming in again. They've been rotating them out quite a bit here. Total yards on the day so far, the Bearcats trailing Laverne at this juncture, 314 to 288. Each team with a lot of plays, 54 plays so far for Willamette, 48 plays after this for Laverne. Drop it up, Rutten under pressure, can't get away, can't throw it, can't do anything. This Mason Pollier, a little rodeo station, you thought he was up at Pendleton with the roundup, says, get in here, doggy, I'm gonna rope and rattle you down there.
He's looking for him. He's looking for him.
Number 15, Mason Pollier, the Big Stone Gap, Virginia, Union High School.
Hey, hey,
and he rattles him down, wouldn't go let go. Nope, you're not going anywhere. And again, being 3 years removed from the broadcast booth, all of these young are all new to me. I'm learning them for the first time today. We're at the 12-minute mark of the fourth quarter. 3rd down and about 14 from the 43-yard line of the Bearcats for the Leopards. Snap, taking their time, great protection. Across the middle, tipped around and almost picked off, knocked away. Kylan Sealer, first year out of Marino Del Rey. He thought he could pull that in, but he was so arched. He looked like one of those synchronized swimmers in the Olympics at his highest point right there. His back arch going for the ball, getting a little tip. Back in, just a nice throw. A little tip. Nope, not quite. So 4th and long, and they're going to punt it away here. Punter near his own 40-yard line. Lopez right boots it inside the 15 where it rolls to the 10, and just going to pick it up and run it out of bounds. And so Romero comes over, thought he could turn it up, I think, but his body wasn't going to let him. at the 5-yard line. Bearcats 95 yards away from Pater with 11:35 remaining in this fourth quarter. 21-14 Bearcats.
We're going to go tricks. We're going to go tricks.
So, as I mentioned, my pal, he does all he can do, just let it go. I just let it go. You can't turn your body up quick. Old pal, assistant coach Rob Cushman, I think he's going to have to stay with the team. We were going to take him out for an iced tea afterwards. There's about 6 or 7 Hood River folk here, old classmates that wanted to say hello to Coach Cush. And I'm so glad he's still doing what he does so well. For 46 years he's been doing it. First and 10 at the 5. Hand off left side, and Herrera says, "Hey, it's my drive here. We're going to pick up 7 to start it off to the 12-yard line." So 2nd and 3 now for the Bearcats. He's got one of those solid Studley helmets that's got that. It's like the face mask is built into the helmet. 2nd and 3. Herrera again, fakes right, comes left, just bulldozes his way up to the 18-yard line, picks up the first down. We had a little dance going on between one of our offensive linemen and their defensive lineman, but they broke it up quick. And he just, when you're that low to the ground, the way you can run that low, it's hard to bring you down. And if you can maintain your acceleration, your velocity, and your balance, you can run for quite a ways, and that's exactly what Herrera does.
Oh, yeah, Trey. Come on, Trey.
First down now and 10 on the 19-yard line of the Bearcats. Willamette driving. There's Herrera again picking his way through. A year or two ago, that hole may not have been sustained that long. That ability to pick through that well-choreographed block may not have happened. And that's how much has changed in less than a year with Coach Eric Williams at the helm. And if you get a chance to meet Coach Williams, have a conversation with him. Talk about football. Talk about the Bearcats. His time at Oregon State. He was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. Talk about how hard it is to become an NFL player. He's got a lot of stories. He's gone through the good times and the bad times, and that's why he's the man that's going to turn this program around. Dan Hawkins did it in the mid-'90s. I think Eric Williams can do it now. 2nd down and 7. Now the tight end comes right. And the defensive lineman says somebody moved, but the linebacker coming up and making the accelerated push, Anthony Villalobos. Let's see who they're going to call this. They're still discussing it. They can't determine if the offensive drew him off or the defense came across. Referee Tyler Ziff just wants to say, "Give me the verdict, fellas." Procedure on the Bearcats. So, a 5-yard walk-off. That'll be 2nd down and about 12 or 13 yards. So they'll bring that stick back in behind the 19 to the 17-yard line. 9:44 on the clock. Bearcats would do very well to get move a lot of clock and get a touchdown. Play action, roll out. Rivera got a hand on it. Looks like somebody may have got a little hand on it. He overthrew his back coming out of the end zone by Nick Coleman. His first year out of Clovis. I think he's a fullback. That's the number he's wearing. A 32 is mainly a number worn by a running back of some sort. But he lines up like a tight end as well. So Rivera looks across the way and says, "What's up, Coach? What are we running?" It's a toasty one. And a beautiful day in Bush Pasture Park. 3rd down, 12. Rivera again, one back. Dropping, protection, step up, off the back foot, looking for his full back and blown away. No way was he going to pull it in as Devin Martin had a hand on it. But he made sure that Nick Coleman wasn't going to pull it in either. Incomplete, 4th down, and now punting it away and standing inside his 5-yard line. To do so will be Nick Beswick-Seidel.
Sanchez, scoot up!
There's a young man. We have a lot of folks here coming back from the Salem area that are on this team. Got a chance to meet one, a freshman, very excited out of Salem Academy to play here. Punted it away,
high squabbler. He's just going to say, no, let it go. Hits it to 50, out of bounds beyond the 50. They're going to say it's actually out of bounds on the Bearcat 49-yard line with 9:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Bearcats give up the ball, but hang on to the lead, 21-17. Well, the Gatorade's gone, and now we're going to the water. Again, you know, when you don't really get, it's okay too that I was not able to say goodbye to the football audience because I didn't know I was going to retire at that time, but I sure miss my pal Craig Spivey, who was retired and moved south here, down the road about 30 miles, and he's doing high school football on Friday night like I am for another station. We're having a good time. 1st and 10. Oh, that catch would have been a big catch and a 15-yard gain had the Jags been able to pull it in, but a little bit too much mustard or something on that as Brian Rudd put a little bit too much altitude on the ball. He's running in another Alexander Luna. No, I beg your, I make that Mason Uribe is his running back now, number 22. He's been in on a half a dozen plays today. But the man who is dangerous, one of them, Ramirez Kamaka, top of the screen, number 18. 2nd and 10 on the Bearcat 49. Leopards right to that man, as I said, and he saw the stick, and I think he's got the 9 or 10 yards it took to get the first down. He got 10. So they'll get that clock moving. The ball to the 39-yard line, under 9 minutes to go. I am glad to say between the saline solution, a lot of fluids on the sideline, I've only seen one cramp today, and that's not uncommon on a day like today. Uribe, the up back on 1st and 10. From the 39. Well, looking, tossing it left side, got his man at the 10-yard line, then steps up at the 11 to make the catch. McNaught Thornton, just tremendous. You know, he's got so many good receivers, and they've kept saying Ramos Kamaka is one of the top ones, but this number 13 really knows how to come back to get the ball. He's on your left, right near the camera there. Pulls it down, protects it, gets out of bounds. And all Devin Owens could do was keep him from going any further. 3 right, 1 to the left. Every one of those guys can catch the football very well. Rudden turns, hands off, Uribe. Snuffed out, hard and fast. Javi Rodriguez out of Jervis High School. Oh, John JFK over in Mount Angel from Jervis, Oregon. This is a 2A school. This is a 2A school, and he's in here playing college football, which says nothing about 2A players. That happens all the time. And we've had a few in the past. But a young man out of Jervis High School who had a really good season his senior year as they played in the finals of that, I remember a couple of years ago. Clock running near 7 minutes now. We got 2nd down, call it 11, now on the 12-yard line of the Bearcats. Laverne spreads the field a little bit. 2 out to the right side, now 3. Float it to the tight end, complete to the 5, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Laverne. They let him free. They let Andre Vargas, number 9, a little too shallow inside the 10 there. Had a lot of room to come back to the ball and make the catch. Another big target. A very soft touch. He didn't put too much on it. Made him protect the ball after he got rid of it. Just not well defended, unfortunately, on that particular play. Extra point try is coming on. Well, this kicker, Jason Lopez, he's going to be a good one. The extra point on the way. Drills it across the track. Timeout with 6:51 remaining in the fourth quarter. Leopards have popped up by 3 points. They now lead at 24-21. We'll be right back on the Bearcat Network. Beaver just almost broke one on the kickoff there. That they came back a little earlier than we expected to. And Cahill, as you'll watch on the return here, nearly busted from the 10-yard line. This is a young man that just had his feet taken out from under him. He had one, maybe two men to beat. He could have scored on that kickoff return. The clock's at 6:45. The Bearcats are on their own 33, and it's first down and 10 here in the fourth quarter. They trail it 24-21. Motion, loose football. Rivera picks it up on a trick play, I'll call it. Up the left side to the 40, a broken play, and he gets 9 yards out of a broken play. Holy smoke, bounce it off the turf, pick it back up, and run with it. By the way, Vargas had a 12-yard pass from Rudden, which culminated a 5-play, 49-yard drive in 2.5 minutes. And there it is, pick it up, go left side and run. And that's what put Laverne into the end zone, and they have that 24-21 lead. Nearing the 6-minute mark here. Bearcats moving it, 2nd and 1. Turn, handoff, right side to the 45, first down. They're going to stand him up, and the longer they do that, the more opportunity for a little pushing and shoving happens. So the first down on a 2-yard pickup to the 46-yard line. Herrera has been the guy in the backfield, but Little has come in as well, number 3. Through the pile, spin, there's the first down, and he's going to try to keep going. Double receivers right on 1st and 10 on the 46. Approaching midfield now, and the right tackle moves of the guard. A lot of dancing on the front line that time, and Dayton Roberts, the big 300-pounder out of Scottsdale. That's going to be a 5-yard walk-off against the Bearcats. It'll be 1st and 15. Pretty obvious. They like to have it back. You don't let those little things get you down. You move on to the next play. We made an error. Okay, what were we running? Let's get it done. 1st and 15 on the 41 now. Slot left, wide right. Bearcats coming up on midfield. Turn, handoff, Herrera. No, Little. Little up to the 50-yard line or past the original line of scrimmage to midfield. And he's able to pick up about 9 on that one. To the 50. Near the 5-minute mark as we run her down here. Just some great line blocking at the point of attack in there. Again, and we have a Laverne Tiger or Leopard down on the field at midfield. And he is in just a little bit of pain. I can't tell who it is from here, but the trainer out there working on him. And while we do that, let's pause for a quick 30-second timeout. 5:02 on the clock, 21. Make that 24-21 Leopards over the Bearcats. Back in a moment here on the Bearcat Network. Well, the big man being attended to there looks like number 0, and if that's who it is, that's Chase Yanez, who's had a whale of a game today. Able to walk off. Again, our congratulations to our Hall of Famers from a few months back. Molly Barnes-Johnson, a 4-year all-conference performer for the Bearcats, and remains throughout softball still one of the fine Bearcat softball players. Camille Leckroth-Bernard, class of 2000 of football and men's track and field, one of the top defensive backs and kick returners in Willamette football history. Dr. Bernard, congratulations to him. And the 1989 Booth Award winner, Todd Greeno, was a 3-year team captain and received all conference honors, and he was also 16 school records when he left as a quarterback here. Todd, we'll go down the list a little bit more. Here's 2nd down, about 7. Back, going up long. got a little bit too much on it, incomplete into the 15-yard line. He was looking for Romero, but Romero was in the wrong lane, and the defender that almost got a hand on it was Fennell. Also want to pay homage to our Aaron Hollingshead out of the men's track and field and cross country 2004 Northwest Conference champion, cross country and champion, and a great performer as well, and an All-American one year for Willamette. Andrea May, a women's track and field, with back in 07. Andre, 7-time conference champion and won the 100-meter dash 3 different years in 05, 6, and 7, and the hurdles in 06 and 7 as well. Third down and about 6 right on the 50-yard line for the Bearcats after that incomplete pass. Herrera says, give me the ball. So they give it to him, and he gets 3, maybe 4. It's going to be 4th down and about 2. So 3 yards that time. Whitney Yano, women's golf in 09. She also was into the Hall of Fame. Women's Golf Player of the Year in the Northwest Conference. And Gordy James's 1987-88 men's basketball team, the Northwest Conference Championships. They were undefeated 10-0, 54 years. Now that never happened. Bearcats won their first outright conference title in 28 years that year under this new guy named Gordy James, who just came in. So congratulations to a couple more people as well. We want to honor our Bearcats. You want to read about it? Go up to Willamette University on our athletics website and you'll read about it. 4th down, going for it. 4th down, a long 2. Herrera, you're going to try to bust him 3. He's going to be close, but I think he's going to be half-yard short. It's going to be close for Herrera as he got a few extra inches there, but I believe they're going to have to bring in the sticks. Are they going to call it a first down without measuring? One Leopard is down and holding one leg, and he's one of their big defensive linemen. David Vega has played one heck of a ball game today, and he is down. But if I'm Laverne, while he's down, I'm going to come out and stick it, but I think they're going to wait on that as well. I don't know if these are heat, but these guys are playing a very tough physical ball game. There will be no measuring. Laverne, you hear some booing down below, but I'm sure that's Laverne fans. And there are quite a few here today who made the Southern California trek. So with this young man down, we'll pause. Are they going to bring him up? I think they're going to try to stand him up. First, they want to make sure he can stand up, and he's got his faculties so he doesn't fall back down. And he's able to, Vega is able to walk off the field with assistance, which is always there from the training staffs of this university or Laverne. They are the unsung heroes in college athletics that you never hear enough about. Clock says 3:24. Bearcats down by 3, and they're driving. They're down on their 44-yard line. First down and 10 after Herrera picks up the first down. Snap, play action, swing it left, complete. Romero breaking the tackle yet? No. They're going to drop him for a 1-yard loss from the 45. He couldn't get out of the blocks over there. A couple of animals clawing at their prey, and they wouldn't let Romero go. He gets up a little slow. He says, look it, they ripped my jersey. They took my t-shirt out. Boy, it's hard to get away from that. Tenacious Leopard defense today. 2nd and 11 on Laverne's 45-yard line. Clock to 2:42. Slot right, tight left. Gonna run it. Herrera, Little to the 40. Little inside the 40. Halfway to a first down, and he's down to the 37-yard line. And a pickup of about 7 yards for Little. So on 2nd down, call it 3, long 3 here with the clock running near 2 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. Slot left, a little motion. Adjusts the blocking for Little to the left side, and Little runs into a defender and a blocker and was able to squirt free for a yard, but still going to be 4th down and 2. Laverne making the sledding tough out there. They'll rest the ball down at the 44-yard line, 2 yards in, and they'll call the timeout, and they'll do some strategy here with 1:58 to play. And we'll pause as well as we return here on the Bearcat Network. Bearcats trailing by 3. Back to the action here as they go right up on 4th down and 2, and they get 1 yard, maybe a yard and a half. But about 3 Leopards said that Mr. Herrera is going nowhere, and one of them leading the way was Villalobos, number 44. Joined in there by Pastron and a few others. But Villalobos, along with his fellow linebacker, Delonte Moore, stopped the penetration. It was 4th and 2. I think they got a yard out of the deal. And the defensive line has come in for the Bearcats with 1:52 to play. As you can see, I call it tough sledding out there. There's pick the leg up and make sure you can't go anywhere. The Leopards with a 3-point lead here and under 2 minutes to play could just run it out. And there is an offense for this. He has not been under center all day long today. Toss sweep right side. Fullback running, maybe to the line of scrimmage. They brought in, looks like Art McCowan. McCowan has come in on the toss sweep. Gets 2nd down and 10 or maybe 11. Tossed a little short. So as I came in here today, one of the things I wanted was the Willamette University football schedule. I don't have it with me, but I can tell you that if you go up to WU Bearcats and click on football, you will see when the next home game is, the road games, and they'll all either be broadcast or you'll pick up the broadcast from another a school if they are on the road. And of course, all the home games, the new voice of the Bearcats, Jeff Lucero, in his 3rd season here. What a great guy for Jeff. He has treated me better than I deserve. I guess we ran into each other some 20 years ago doing broadcasts for 2 different colleges, and he's known me since then. Couldn't wait to meet me this time, and in fact, we just went out and had a little bit of a dinner the other night and talked it over of a couple of beers at Gilgamesh. Now, 2nd and 10, 1:44 on the clock. Double tight end set, shotgun. Knocked away, almost dropped at the 40-yard line. And the reason it's dropped is because Leake Laiki out of Littleton got his hand all over the ball and wouldn't let the tight end make the catch. 3rd and 10. Martinez has been pretty valuable out there today. But if they can make quick work and not let them advance with good field position, over 90 seconds remains in this ball game. And all you need is a field goal to tie it and 6 to win it. 3rd and 10 from the 37. Leopards, shotgun. Bearcat 3-man front coming. Back to pass, sling it across the middle, incomplete at the 50. Well covered. Hogan Smith, got him, Cowboy Band. That was a nice defensive play, you and your brothers over there at the midfield. You're not gonna let them get too close. So 4th and 10 with the ball on their own 37-yard line and 1:33 on the clock. They got a punt of the way. Looks like Colton Ford is back out. He is the punter out of Queen Creek, Arizona. I know right where that is. I've been to Queen Creek. There are people that live in Queen Creek that have horses and all kinds of things in their backyard. Beautiful area. Booting it away, nearly blocked. Hits at the 30. and taken out of bounds near the 25-yard line. So the Bearcats look at the clock and say, I got 125 here. They're going to mark me at around the 26-yard line. So I have 74 yards to pay dirt. I have a feeling they have a lot of confidence in their kicker, but I'm sure they would just as soon put 6 on the board. They opened up the season last year at Laverne and came from behind to defeat Laverne 24-21, but then the Bearcats never won a game after that. They had a coaching change right after that, and now the new coach in town since December. I think Eric Williams has done some things. I've said it maybe too many times, but when you see things that have changed and you know it's good, you got to say something. Now with the 26-yard line, first down and 10, 1:25 to go in the ball game, or at least the fourth quarter. A good snap from the gun, Rivera. Tuck it up, thought he was going to run. He takes the linebacker on head on at the 31-yard line. That is one tough dude, 44, Villalobos. Head to head with him, able to pick up 4 or 5. Where are they going to mark it? 4 yards for sure to the 30. Clock running, 1:01. Back, Rivera, sling it, incomplete. It was low and it was behind the intended receiver. Had that been a little higher, I think that would have been a pick 6 and game over.
Can I get some help right there? Thank you.
Bearcats look to the sideline here. Got Tristan Campbell out there along with one of the leading receivers today is Romero. They put 2 more on the left side. Third down, call it 6. 3rd and 6, right on their own 30-yard line. Alex Rivera at the QB all day long. Good snap, good protection. Looking left, coming left. Got the man that beat him, and we're going to fly a flag. You're going to have to. Because 2 defenders, one pushed off at Trajan Clark near the 45-yard line. The flag came flying after that. So we're going to see that ball move up near midfield here with 50 seconds remaining in fourth quarter. Well, these teams have battled today in the heat. We'll see exactly where it is. He puts that ball right where you need to be to catch it, but they're battling down low, and there's a little push and a shove, and he puts him out of the way. Does not give it an opportunity to catch the football. So not from the point of infraction, but up to the 46-yard line. First down and 10 Bearcats, 43 seconds. Over the middle, complete, Romero at the 40. Takes the hit at the 40 and rolls to the 39. And the man delivering it, Giannis, really got his bell rung. He didn't lead with the helmet, but he got his bell rung at the 40-yard line. They've called a timeout with 44 seconds. So that's the second time today, and they took his helmet off because I can tell it's his head that's hurt. Really made a pop there on that reception for Romero. You'll watch it here. Turns and runs into him, and I think he just ran into him. The body ran into the head, and they're going to sit him up and walk him off again. He'll have to come to the sideline. Just double checking everything. 24-21 Leopards, 44 seconds in regulation. Giannis will stand up and be helped off just to walk to make sure he's okay. Well, the defenders, Leopards today, have just been fantastic. On the ball on the 40-yard line. First down and 10 on the 40 of the Leopards for Willamette. 44 on the clock. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Rivera with 1 back. Lots of time, steps up, throws a short pass to Little. Completes it out there. Little trying to get out of bounds, and he can't do it. Clock still running. Good trip up in there that time by Jamar Brown. And are they going to lift the clock, or are they going to call the timeout? Willamette has a timeout to give. They've got a 2-yard gain on that pass. So they go inside on second down, and they're going to call the play. We're going to pause one more time. Quick 30-second break. 24-21 Leopards, 32 seconds to go here on the Bearcat Network.
Well, they both walk onto the field. Up on the ball is the big center, Dylan Carpenter. 2nd and 8 from the 38 of the Leopards for the Bearcats. Protection, drill it outside to Romero. He got turned and then went to one knee and couldn't reach to get the ball thrown slightly behind him, incomplete. Clock to 30 seconds. It'll be 3rd down and 8 on the 38. Looking to the sideline, looking for the OC to give you exactly what you need to defeat this defense and put it in the end zone. Right now, you've got to be running it out of bounds. I don't know how many timeouts are left. Leopards have 3, Bearcats have 1. So you've got to get out of bounds. 3 receivers left side on 3rd down and 8, 1 wide to the right. Rivera back. Time. Here, a little pressure. Dump it. Right across, complete to the 20. He's down to the 10, down to the 5-line. Holy smoke, Brandon Johnson with a huge catch coming across the middle from the 38 all the way down quickly to the 5-yard line. They're going to have to spike it here with 20 seconds, and that's what they do. Clock down to 18 seconds, but let's look at that little beautiful catch across the middle. One of the last receivers just clear in the middle. Brandon Johnson out of Moses Lake, Washington. Number 7 breaking in the middle. Rivera sees him all by himself, and then all he sees is goal line. Until that, it. So the ball is down 1st and goal on the 5-yard line. The clock is 18 seconds in the 4th quarter, and the Bearcats are in field goal range for a tie, but they're in range to score for the win, too. Very common tool. Little the running back next to Rivera. Double slot formation on 2nd and goal. 1st and goal. On the draw, dump it back in the back and incomplete. Trying to find Mr. Johnson one more time, but he was double covered. Really, I think thrown away. They've got it at 2nd down. I thought it was 1st down, but I guess not. That brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 5. On the 5. Clock's at 13 seconds. Play being brought in. Receivers swap in and out. Still little in the backfield now. I do not see Herrera at all. Shot clock, snap clock at 7. They're going to have to get going here. Now to 4. Turn it handoff little from the 5 to the 4. Now bounces around nearly to the 4 again. And they're going to have to stop the clock with that timeout with 7 seconds to go. And the Bearcats have called their final timeout with 7 seconds on the clock here in the 4th quarter, trailing 24-21 to the Leopards. Well, one last time right here, if I may, just as we watch this little power through. And a little bounce, Little never quit fighting. If I can just say one thing to you guys back there in the studio, and if I can just get one little bit of FaceTime here, I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today and to fill in for my friend Jeff and to be able to help with the Bearcats and do the broadcast one more time. So I'll be around should Jeff ever come up with a cold or something, but it's been exciting times as both of these teams are getting ready to battle, and the Bearcats are that close maybe to winning. So we'll see. We'll go back to the field and we'll check it out. But thank you very much, Alan and Henner and everybody involved. Here we go with the field goal try, and this makes sense with 21 yards out. He's already hit one from a little further out than that. Defense trying to draw the offensive players off. Low snap. Ball's up, it's between the pipes, it's good, and we've got a tie ball game with 4 seconds to go in regulation. You want to get as close as you can to try to score. You could almost tell that Leopard front line was not going to let you in the door. But this 21-yard field goal by Nick Beswick-Seidel out of Boise will just, I believe, send this to overtime right now, because unless you get one great run back, I would just run it back as far as you can, run the clock out. You never know, you might get lucky. They've actually put the clock at 3 seconds. Tied up. Kind of a hot day for overtime, but if we're going to win, I don't care. The ball down to the 35-yard line. Seidel, the junior, at 5'9", he's your place kicker. 2 men back. It's like Ronald Ropke. And also Jabari Hughes. A little short kick, rolls near the 35, back to the 30. The big fullback picks it up. Clock time has run out. And all they're going to try to do is just stack him up at the 35-yard line. And we're going to roll to overtime here. Hey, there was a punch thrown by the man right there. He's on the bottom trying to get people off. And I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have any room for that, Mr. Perry. No, you don't have any room for that. He wasn't being punched, he was being pushed down, but there's no room for punching in the face. And number 29, I think, should be ejected before we go to overtime. But I'm not the guy that gets paid the big money. We'll find out later when we do that. But you can see he's a big load to bring down. He was stood up. Clock time was out by this juncture. And they finally just pushed him over, trying to get the ball to come out of his hands. Then he punches it right. Yeah, that's no. 2 punches to the head. I would think that's an ejection for the next ball game as well. But we're going to go to overtime. And I think I'd send that to the NCAA and send it to athletics that's just not needed. So the overtime period will be commenced, and we'll tell you about it when we come back in just 1 minute. I want to hear this. No. Next week. Should be next week's game, right? Huh? One guy and one on another. So 5 minutes, right? Decided that Malcolm Perry. There's one punch, and then he gets it right into there, and then he comes back later with a left hand. And this is an automatic ejection, and probably ejection into next week's game as well. They'll probably look at the video and say, well, what does this guy you're punching have anything to do with anything? But then he comes back across here in just a moment. Now his teammates are trying to break it up. And I guess what we're trying to say is that is a kind of a precarious place to be, but you don't start throwing punches because of that. The referee's got his knee down in there. He gets almost knocked down. So referee has made the call, Taylor Zift, that he was removed from the game, and there'll probably be a move because of that type of antic to not let him play next week, and I totally agree. I don't care if it's a Bearcat or if it's a Leopard. Wrong-o. Here's the rule. 5 minutes, put the ball on the 25-yard line, and both teams get an equal chance to score. So each one of them will have an opportunity. And the captains come on the field. The Bearcats are going to bring out their quarterback, of course, Alex Rivera. Linebacker Mason Potter as well, Poyer. I see 49 out there. Nick Beswick-Sutton, the punter, the kicker. And now the referee has gone in there, and we're not hearing it unless I'm missing it. I'm not able to hear the referee, so he will explain what the rules are. Pretty much it's just you get a chance to score and you get a chance to score, and whoever's ahead after we're done, each of you have your equal chances. So the coin flip goes up, and it looks like Laverne has won the coin toss. And we'll see what the white hat says here. Bearcats want to defend that goal. Won the toss. They're going to take the ball and face the south goal. The Bearcats will defend the south goal. Captains are there. They've left the field. Ryan Woods has come out. And it's been a while since we've had overtime with the Bearcats, so it's an exciting opportunity here for both of these teams to pick up a win. They, like I said, the Bearcats beat them last year by 3 in the final minutes down in LA and SoCal, and they'll put the ball on the 40. And we will see exactly what they're going to do and how they are going to do it. Feeling that heat in here. We've got the fan going, but it's kind of hanging right there. I'm looking to see what they're bringing out the starting defense. Not a whole lot has changed out there with these young men. Some very good defenders today in particular. Ryan Woods has had a great game. Hogan Smith, an exceptional game. Corrado has just had spurts of greatness. At the end, Mason Poyer has been in on a lot of tackles. Salazar Rodriguez. Landon Waters has been an anchor on one side. So they put the ball down on the 40-yard line, and they say, well, let's go. So 40 yards, not the 25, 40 yards. No kickoff, and they'll just bring it down, and they pick up the first down to the 30, and they keep moving it. And again, McKenna Ramos-Camaca makes the catch for an 11-yard pickup. So 1st and 10 from the 40 down to the 28-yard line here. The clock does not run. Some stats after the game in regular season, in the regular 4 quarters, total yardage, nearly 400 yards of offense for the Bearcats, 358 after 4 quarters for Laverne. 1st and 10 on the 28. Overthrown, incomplete, brings up 2nd down. First downs were even, 21 apiece. And I was just trying to see if we had a whole lot of problems with penalties. 6 for 59 for Laverne, and 10 penalties for 75 yards for the Willamette Bearcats after 4 quarters. Gabe Herrera, 22 attempts for 88 yards. Not seeing the total thought, 22 rushes, I said, for 88 yards as they come up and throw it and incomplete. And that's all you can do. You can sky for the ball, but the defender can still make a tackle on you, and Selah Hill did. And he's causing a little bit of pain to Ramos-Camaca. And they've had an official timeout on the sidelines, and our own Ken Smith is down there, the athletic trainer for years with the Seahawks. And we've got him. He runs, he's the head of training. So both teams will come to the sideline here. I'll go over some more statistics here on the rushing side. Gabe Herrera, 22 rushes, 88 yards today, including a touchdown. It was Jarek Little with 14 and 79 yards. Alex Rivera, the quarterback, 6 carries and 30 yards. And Hooper, one big 7-yard carry that got a first down and just kind of set things up. On the receiving side of things, Elijah Romero, after 4 quarters, 9 catches, 124 yards, and 32 was his long, and also a touchdown. Brandon Johnson of the Bearcats, 2 catches today for 37 yards, 2 for 22 for Clark. Jarek Little had 1 for 2 yards today. Here's 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10 in overtime here, all tied at 24. 3 receivers on the right side now from the 28. Double pump, triple pump, now going long into the corner and just looking to throw it. If you can get to it, it's yours. But he knew he was double covered and incomplete. Bounced it out of bounds as he tried to connect with Rumson. Just a nice little pass over there. We'll check some stats for the Leopards as well as we are in overtime. And now the field goal of 45 yards. There is a light breeze out there, but nothing that should affect this left footer. But it'll be a 45-yarder from the left hash on 4th down. Good snap, follow through, it's going to be short. It's online, but it's going to be short. It's going to be short, and the Bearcats will get the ball back.
That was a darn good kick. I think he got too far underneath it. I think his toe just got a little deep underneath that because he's got enough leg to put that through there for 45 yards. But he comes up a little short, and that young man's going to kick a game-winning field goal for these guys down the road, I'm sure. The Bearcats now, they'll set it up on the 40-yard line. And if they score, they win. If they don't score, Laverne will be back out to try again. So the offense looks pretty stable. The starting bunch is out. Herrera back into the ball game. At running back number 0, Rivera, the quarterback, all day long. 3 receivers right, and they picked that ball up on the 25-yard line. And the ball handed off. And one thing, I apologize, I forgot to mention, why did Laverne start at the 40? Well, that was a 15-yard penalty with the punching that was going on at the end of the game. So they added 25, off from the 25, they added 15 to that. That's why Laverne started at the 40-yard line and not the 25-yard line. Bearcats have picked up 3 on the run here in overtime. Still 24-24, 2nd and 7 on the 22-yard line. On the option keeper, no, they're going to go to Herrera, and they stood him up, and Herrera really takes a pop around the leg. Man, he got caught in the thigh, and he's all right, but one of the defenders is getting up a little slow. Boy, Herrera really took a pop in the thigh, and he's going to come out. I think he's hurting a little bit. And they'll bring Little in for him here in overtime. He picks up a yard to the 21-yard line. 3rd down, call it 6 in OT. So a field goal wins it. Anything wins it here for the Bearcats. If they don't score, they turn the ball back over to the 25 to Laverne, and they'll try again. Move it right side, back up to Little. He's got first down to more of the 15 and down to the 10 and Little. Bound to the 11 to be precise. So he picks up 10 yards, and they will mark it at the 10 and 11-yard pickup by Little. And it will be 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Great field goal range, great range just to score. Any score wins the game for the Bearcats at this point. Laverne had their chance. They missed it. Willamette has their chance. If they miss it, Laverne will be back on the field. From the 10-yard line, 1st and goal Bearcats. Back to Little. He'll slide off right tackle from the 10 down to the 7. Herrera being looked at on the sideline. He is all right, but I don't think they're going to put him in for fear of just, you want to be sure that his leg's okay. They'll run a play in here on 2nd down and 6. Ball to the 8-yard line, 6-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 6. 3 on the left side, no receivers on the right. Tight end is the fullback. High snap over to Little, straight up the middle, nowhere. In fact, they may have lost a yard. Just a couple of pile drivers up there. Coming underneath is Cisneros, and coming up over the top was Marcel Logan. They'll just say no gain, 3rd and goal from the 6. Little is out. Herrera back into the backfield now for the Willamette Bearcats here in overtime with the game tied at 24. Slot right, wide left. Waiting for the snap, a little high over to Herrera. Herrera gets just smothered. And one young man that could have a game ball, I'll tell you what, Delonte Moore has just been around that football all day long. And he stopped the expression, and he's now gone to the field. I think he twisted his knee jumping up and down, but it'll be 4th down, and this is where you have a good kicker in Nick Beswick. 5'9" junior out of Boise High School, Boise, Idaho, and under the sure-handed hold of Judah Alefiafua. It will be a 25-yard field goal between the pipes. And the timeout's been called by Laverne to kind of, as they say, chill him out, freeze him a little bit, whatever. Great ball game here today. A good start to this brand new season for both of these ball clubs, especially for our Willamette Bearcats. Under the new guy, head coach Eric Williams, he has shown that things have changed here in Bearcat land, and it's a very good thing. is always change is always tough. But again, it's just really good to see all the change that has happened, and an opportunity to be here to watch all this change is also very nice as well. Jeff Lucero will be back with your broadcast. Check your WU Bearcats football schedule right up on the football page there. You'll find it when the homes and the aways are. I think we have 2 against 1 team this year that don't count, but a lot of good home games this year for you to come out and watch the Bearcats play here at McCulloch. Here's the 25-yard field goal we'll be talking about for a while. Overtime, we can break it, we can score. Bestwick Seidel waiting for the snap between the hash marks. The snap is good, the kick is good. Pick off to the left, just barely did not clear the left sideline. It started to go right at the pipe, and then it just veered left. And now, overtime continues here at McCulloch Stadium. 24-24 it remains. You can bet number 49 will be working on that, but I'll tell you what, it looked good halfway there, and all of a sudden it just swerved left. Yep, there it took off. How close was it? Well, maybe 2 to 3 feet. 2 to 3 feet. Kind of did one of those. So both teams on the sidelines will discuss their strategy. They'll bring it out to the 25-yard line again, and we'll have another go at it. Now, my question is, and I'm not sure, if Laverne scores, do we get another chance? We're up first. Okay, so my question is, and I'm asking your coach, if Laverne scores, do we get a chance? I thought we did. Equal chances. There was a time when you went out, and if you missed the next team up, if they scored, they won. There was no opportunity for you to try to match that. That is not the case anymore. So the Bearcat defense, which has been pretty much the same 11 guys out there with some guys running in and out most of the day. Right now, the Bearcat offense is top 400 yards at 412, and the gentleman from Laverne at 370. Our stat page is electronic, and it has had its troubles today to get you the numbers you need. Here we are for the 25-yard line, and if that's number 29, I wonder why. I believe it's number 28 who is coming in there, and that's Malcolm. Make that Arthur McCown. So McCown will pick up no gain on the 25. Second down and 10. We are still in overtime, 24-24. So as I understand it, Laverne goes down, and if Laverne scores, Willamette will have the same opportunity from the 25 again. It's been a long time since I've been in a college overtime game, so pardon me. Second and 10 on the 25 for Laverne here. McCulloch Stadium, Salem, Oregon. Play action fake, rather than looking, sling it right side, coming back, broken up at the 5-yard line. Great defense by Selah Hill, working against one of the best receivers out there today, and McDonough Thornton, number 13. He came back, broke it up, and just kept him from getting his hands on it. We have seen some great play on both sides of the ball today, I believe, between the receivers and the defenders on both sides. They're all equal to the task. Coach, I really hope Coach Critch can turn some things around down there, mainly because I love to see guys that have been down come up. And in a tough league, when you're playing Pomona Pitzer, Redlands, Cal Lutheran, and Chapman, it's tough in the SCIAC. Third and 10 from the 25. Leopards pump it across the middle, and it's intercepted. Bearcats have it at the 14-yard line. And diving down and scooping is Javi Rodriguez out of Jervis, JFK High School over in Mount Angel. And young number 34 pulls himself a career keeper. I don't think he's going to keep the ball, but he's going to remember that interception for a while, because it gives his Bearcats a chance now in overtime. Put the ball down on the 25 at the left hash, and now Laverne's defense gathers. Makes that the Willamette offense gathers. They break the huddle. Little will be the running back. Joining, is it? Yes, Rivera back in. Wide right with Trajan Clark. Outstanding hands. Brandon Johnson with some great catches today. And the man who's had the day is Elijah Romero. He's top of your screen. 1st and 10 on the 25. Any score from the Bearcats wins it. Back to pass. Toss it up. Romero battling. Had the ball, and it came through his arms. That's when it just happens. You get it there. You can't get your fingers on it. You're hoping you can pull it in, and it just drops between the forearms. This is game one, folks. This is game one. Well-placed ball. Romero stayed with it. He beats by the defender there, but he just could not pull it in. 2nd and 10. Now we look at Bearcats turn handoff. Little dances a little bit, comes left, gets 2 yards. So they will set up 3rd down and 8 on the 23-yard line here in overtime. No clock running, obviously. And again, our congratulations, our thanks to Capital Community Media, Hunter Allen and the entire team. Big Don on the camera, the up camera. All the volunteers bringing you this game here on the video. 3rd and 8. High snap. Go to Little. He's got to give him some room, and he does to the 20, and he dives up near the 17-yard line. So that will be 4th down and 3 near the 17. Well, this is where you got to bring out the kicking team. At least I think you do. So they will mark the ball at the 18-yard line. And very confidently, Nick Beswick, who slid the other one left, sets up at the left hash on the 25 for a 35-yard field goal try. No wind out there today. It's dead out there. It's heavy air. Out of the hold of Ali Fua. 35-yard attempt, and another timeout has been called, which worked last time, so why not do it this time, I guess, for the Leopards. Tip of the hat to Rob Passage again. Our thanks to our athletics director, or director of athletics, whatever you want to call them as well, but also to Chris Sabato for all the technical help that's setting everything up here in the booth for us today, working so closely with Capital Community Media to make sure that Bearcat football gets on Channel 22, is on the Bearcat Network online. And by the way, folks, I don't think there's anyone in the Northwest Conference that will put up a show in terms of replay and graphics and great camera work and replay. Did I mention replay? That's what CCM does, and we're proud of it. Here they are. This is the game winner from 35 yards away. Nick Beswick-Seidel. Waiting to break the overtime. He gets it up. Put it up. It's long enough, but it goes far to the right. It is good! Going downtown from 35 yards, and the Willamette Bearcats have come from behind and in overtime to defeat Laverne's Leopards today in OT. 27-24 on the strength of that 35-yard field goal from Nick Beswick-Seidel, the young man out of Boise, Idaho. I'll tell you what, it's been a long haul since the last time we played Laverne, and for this to go in, I thought it was going to come right by a couple of feet. It stayed left, it stayed between the pipes, and that's exactly what you want. So the hero will be number 49, but really the hero is everybody that put a helmet on and played today for the Willamette Bearcats. The scoring was tough all day. The play was difficult all day, but the Willamette Bearcats have won their 2024 opener, and the final score today of 27-24 in overtime. Check the Willamette Bearcat website at WU Bearcats for the latest information on football or any score or any team. You'll find out the schedule. You'll find out the next game. I know they're playing next Saturday, and a lot of home games still, and I believe next Saturday as well here at McCulloch Stadium. Thanks to everybody for having me come back out. The old voice of the Bearcats gives way to the new voice. Jeff, he'll be back next week. Thanks again, everybody. Congratulations to head coach Eric for his outstanding play today. Eric Williams, is the former Beaver, gets the big W here. 27-24, Bearcats over the Leopards here in Salem on the opener for 2024. For everybody involved, CCM and Willamette Athletics, I'm Mike Gallagher. Have a great weekend, everybody. God bless. We'll catch you next time here on the Bearcat Network.
Oh.